So, does your ego truly know that you're safe when it comes to being with somebody else? I'm going to use a romantic partner as an example, and this one, it's taken me my entire life to understand it, and it's through my conversations with whom I refer to as God, and my education and life experience when I say this to you. In order for you to be able to fully be there for another, to fully see another, to fully support another, it's through first understanding yourself when it comes to your ego and your spirit, and being in alignment completely with both. Your good side, your bad side, everything about you and the journey you've had. When you can honor everything about you and what you've learned from every individual who's impacted you in any way, you become in alignment with yourself. From there, you attract, or may have already attracted, your partner. Your partner is the mirror of you. You reflect each other. So if you're in balance, then your partner's equally in balance as well. Now, is that safe? No, that's alignment. Safe and loved, unconditionally, and everything that goes with it. When two people come together who are in full alignment, they can recognize when the other one is deeper in ego for a moment. Because every day you are building a relationship between your ego and your spirit, maintaining a balanced equilibrium within yourself. Because, you are in the 3D reality, you have an ego. You're going to have ego experiences. I mean, they're fun too, right? You get to do stuff in the bedroom, that's through ego. Oh, and spirit. And any other earthly pleasures is through your ego. Right? So you got to build a relationship between your ego and all the negative conditioning, removing it, and then building in harmony with your spirit, meaning the way you give back to the world through your heart space and your connection to all that is. Your partner would be doing the same thing. So your partner would be aware when somebody is in ego who is in his or her partner's vicinity and maintains peace within all involved in any any situation, to when you go home and you've had a day and your partner goes, okay, this is the reason you're probably feeling this way, or I can understand you're feeling this way. Well, this is what their ego was doing. Remember, what can we learn from this? What have you learned from this? Or any other way that a partner could help their loved one, their lover, come back into true alignment once again. Well, at the same time, for in my instance, as an example, allowing me to be completely in my feminine energy. I get to relax. I feel safe because I know that if at any time things are out of alignment, my partner knows how to help pull me back into alignment, and vice versa. That's true harmony between two people. I mean, you can take that into friendship. You can take it into business to a degree. You can certainly take it in with your lover. It's not a matter of matching funds. It's not a matter of, one or both have to be career-orientated and family-orientated and be the provider in XYZ. I mean, yes, that's all 3D ego state things that got to be done. With that said, true loving commitment, true safety for being in your feminine or your masculine. The other person has you because the other person understands themselves well enough to truly understand you and what's going on in any particular moment. And then from there, you work together to solve it, build from it, and continue moving forward. The reason people have a difficult time truly being authentic, that's safe. Being truly authentic is because their ego fears some form of rejection, while at the same time maintaining whatever level of love is available. So if you haven't really experienced safety, first understand your ego, understand your fears, and then change them, because that's all just conditioning. And then you will build yourself and have an equilibrium within you to attract that loving partner who has accomplished the same thing, so that the two of you can work harmoniously within your masculine and feminine energies together. Truth.
He estado ligada a la compañía toda mi vida. Las comunicaciones lo que busca es llegarle al corazón de las personas. El hombre no puede no comunicarse.
Lucia.
The hardest thing a man will ever learn. Walking away from a woman you love because she disrespected you is one of the bravest things 99.9% of men don't have the balls to do. Most men can't do it, but you must, as a man, you must master the concept of detachment. Don't chase, she'll find her way back. And if she doesn't come back, who cares? I don't do you. If one woman doesn't like you, another one will. Is that so hard to understand? Here's the raw truth. Build a woman and she will leave you. Build yourself and women will chase you. Never forget this. No successful man spends hours talking to his girl. Get a life outside your love life. Purpose first. Women, later, once she leaves you for another man, she's never the same. Her love for you is over. Never accept her back. Never. If she rejects you but keeps acting interested, delete that sheet. She wants to use you. You are not her backup plan. Ignore her so she learns that your world does not revolve around her. Never date a woman hoping to change her. You can't fix what doesn't want to be fixed. You're just building her up for the next man. And if you're always available, she will take you for granted. Too much access kills your value. Treat her like a celebrity, she'll treat you like a fan. Put her on a pedestal, and she'll look down on you. You are the prize. Act like it. Work hard. Make money. But do it for yourself, for your family. Never to impress a girl. Never get attached to any woman. Love her, but be ready to let her go forever, without hesitation, without a second thought. No second chances for cheaters. No mercy for disrespect. And listen closely. No matter how different you think she is, at some point she will betray you. It's inevitable. Prepare for it. So when it happens, you react with logic, not emotion. And the coldest truth of all, no matter how good you treat her, she always laugh, talk to, and entertain other men when you're not around. That's the game. Play it, or be played. One more truth they're too scared to tell you? Follow me now, or keep losing. The hardest thing a man will ever learn. Walking away from a woman you love because she disrespected you is one of the bravest things.
And just when I think work is bad, every single day when I'm leaving, the same dude beats my ass and robs me. And this has been going on for 3 months.
Wait, every day for 3 months? Have you tried just taking a different way home?
No.
At that point, it's his money. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm starting to understand this whole victim blaming thing, because that is definitely his fucking fault.
And when I tried talking to him, he just said, get back in the kitchen.
Well, why weren't you in the kitchen?
You know what? Fuck you. You're a misogynist.
Hey, I am not a misogynist. I don't know why you stupid bitches are always saying stuff like that.
Shortly after filming, Dr. Blaine told us, the unfiltered truth is hard for some girls to swallow, but other girls have no issue swallowing my truth serum. I don't want to know what he meant by that.
Clients come in here all the time and tell me about their feelings, but then get mad when I tell them the truth. Well, get mad all you want, because facts don't care about your feelings, and neither do I.
Dr. Blaine's methods are hated by his clients, but he told us, I don't care, I call it how I see it, and I see a lot of whiny bitches.
And these voices in my head, they just keep telling me I'm a worthless piece of shit.
Damn, I didn't know I was telepathic.
When we asked Dr. Blaine if he ever feels bad about being so blunt, he said, "No. Telling people the honest truth is actually pretty therapeutic, and that's what therapy is supposed to be."
This past year, I've had like 20 guys just use me for my body.
20? Listen, you've put up career numbers this season, but I think it's time to hang up the jersey.
Shortly after this, Dr. Blaine told us, "I don't know why she was grinding so hard. They don't have a Hall of Fame for body count."
The truth hurts, so I get low reviews. One time a client came to me and asked me if I could help her find what was causing all the issues in her life. But when I told her to just look in a fucking mirror, another low review.
Dr. Blaine has no issue telling the truth. He said to us, "What else am I supposed to do? Be politically correct and tell a client she's not the reason her parents got divorced? Because spoiler alert, she is."
I get validation from sleeping with guys, and I think that stems back to my childhood trauma.
You know, you're always talking about childhood trauma, but if my daughter had a body count as high as you, I'd have parental trauma. Take some fucking accountability.
Dr. Blaine told us his motto is, "It's me versus the world." Not sure if that's a good motto for a therapist, but okay.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to my clients because my grandma always told me, all liars burn in the lake of fire. And I'm colder than a bitch.
Dr. Blaine told us, "Some people just need to hear the truth about their anxieties. I'd have anxiety too if I was annoying as some of these bitches."
I just feel like anytime I'm talking to someone, they think I'm annoying as fuck.
Wow, you just read my mind.
Dr. Blaine said, "My mother always told me, tell the truth or someone will tell it for you. So I'm here to tell it for these motherfuckers."
Losing my toddler was hard. I'm just not the same anymore. I don't know what to do.
Have you tried growing a damn backbone? It's been 6 years, you fucking drama queen. You could have had a new one by now.
Saying that was wrong on a personal level, but on a technical level, he's not wrong.
Hola, sí. 1, 2, 3.
Action.
Find a new friend.
Just when I think work is bad, every single day when I'm leaving, the same dude beats my ass and robs me. And this has been going on for 3 months.
Wait, every day for 3 months? Have you tried just like taking a different way home?
No.
At that point, it's his money. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm starting to understand this whole victim blaming thing, because that is definitely his fucking fault.
And when I tried talking to him, he just said, "Get back in the kitchen."
Well, why weren't you in the kitchen?
You know what? Fuck you. You're a misogynist.
Hey, I am not a misogynist. I don't know why you stupid bitches are always saying stuff like that.
Shortly after filming, Dr. Blaine told us, "The unfiltered truth is hard for some girls to swallow, but other girls have no issue swallowing my truth serum." I don't want to know what he meant by that.
Clients come in here all the time and tell me about their feelings, but then get mad when I tell them the truth. Well, get mad all you want, because facts don't care about your feelings, and neither do I.
Dr. Blaine's methods are hated by his clients, but he told us, "I don't care. I call it how I see it. And I see a lot of whiny bitches."
And these voices in my head, they just keep telling me I'm a worthless piece of shit.
Damn. I didn't know I was telepathic.
When we asked Dr. Blaine if he ever feels bad about being so blunt, he said, "No. Telling people the honest truth is actually pretty therapeutic, and that's what therapy is supposed to be."
This past year, I've had like 20 guys just use me for my body.
20? Listen, you've put up career numbers this season, but I think it's time to hang up the jersey.
Shortly after this, Dr. Blaine told us, "I don't know why she was grinding so hard. They don't have a Hall of Fame for body count."
The truth hurts, so I get low reviews. One time a client came to me and asked me if I could help her find what was causing all the issues in her life. But when I told her to just look in a
I don't know if they have recently passed away or if this is somebody that meant a lot to you, but I see somebody that has like crossed over type of thing. I don't know. Your ex-boyfriend. Oh. Your ex-boyfriend. I do feel like it's a guy. Did he have like dark hair, possibly black?
I just feel like so many people have judged you collectively.
Let's try to.
I just feel like
So many people have judged you, collective. And it's crazy because I'm picking up on like, it's this, somebody is being forced to change their perspective or see something, should I say. Somebody's being forced to see something here. Change perspective. But somebody is like being sat down by spirit. Yo, spirit guys, whatever, theirs. They're having to see something. It's almost like they're having to go back into time, and it's like the time where they met you, and they're having to literally go back and reevaluate everything, how they showed up in whatever this connection was and how you showed up in this connection. They're now being forced to see who you were all along because they didn't care. They weren't trying to see who you were all along. So this is clear that this is somebody who treated you like, you know, like you were not a human being. Like you didn't deserve to be treated correctly. This is somebody that did you very bad, right? What's going on here? But it's like now somebody is having to see something. And it's like they feel sick now. They can't even fathom here. Death card. Definitely could be some ancestors involved here. But they literally cannot fathom what they have done. It's like they're being forced to sit with this. They're being shown that you are literally like an angel in human form. You always had good intentions for them. There was no reason why they did the way they, you know, why they did to you what they did. But they definitely had to be forced to see this because they weren't trying to see nothing. The Magician and the Death card. Something is truly going on spiritually. Wow. This is their karma. Heavy air sign energy here. This is somebody's karma. They're literally being haunted by the experience that they had with you. And I promise you at this point, they wish they can go back into time and do it all over again. But they fumbled already. It's too late. This literally was a lesson. This was somebody you had a contract with, and they fumbled that. So now they got to deal with what they did. They have to deal with the consequences, and they're going to deal with it. What did I say? You are literally an angel in disguise. You are an earth angel. You are sent here to balance things out on this planet. That literally is the reason you're here. You are a part of the awakening, the mass awakening here. So yeah, Spirit had to use you a little bit. You're going to get what's owed to you, collective. Just like they are. You're going to get what's owed to you because you did your part. You literally was generous. You showed up. You was trying to help this person heal. Just pouring and pouring and pouring. Probably when you didn't even have nothing left in your cup. Just pouring and pouring and pouring. You will get your payout. You will get your abundance. You will get your reward. You was used though, for sure. But it benefits you in the end. May not look like it in the process, but it benefits you in the end, collective. It do. You're literally going to be receiving your justice. There's generational curses that you're breaking. Yes, you're like the muse. You're the one who has to do all of this. Yes, but baby, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. You're getting that recognition already in the spiritual realm. You're going to live an abundant life. If you know you've been that person, this is for you. You know you're going to live that abundant life. You're going to gain that recognition in this physical realm as well. I just feel like so many people have judged you, collective. And it's crazy because I'm picking up on like, it's this, somebody is being forced to change their perspective or see something, should I say. Somebody's being forced to see something here. Change perspective. But somebody is like being sat down by spirit. Yo, spirit guides, whatever, theirs. They're having to see something. It's almost like they're having to go back into time, and it's like the time where they met you, and they're having to literally go back and reevaluate everything, how they showed up in whatever this connection was and how you showed up in this connection. They're now being forced to see who you were all along because they didn't care. They weren't trying to see who you were all along. So this is clear that this is somebody who treated you like, like you were not a human being. Like you didn't deserve to be treated correctly. This is somebody that did you very bad, right? What's going on here? But it's like now somebody is having to see something. And it's like they feel sick now. They can't even fathom here. Death card. Definitely could be some ancestors involved here, but they literally cannot fathom what they have done. It's like they're being forced to sit with this. They're being shown that you are literally like an angel in human form. You always had good intentions for them. There was no reason why they did the way they, why they did to you what they did. But they definitely had to be forced to see this because they weren't trying to see nothing. The Magician and the Death card. Something is truly going on spiritually. Child. This is their karma. Heavy air sign energy here. This is somebody's karma. They're literally being haunted by the experience that they had with you. And I promise you at this point, they wish they can go back into time and do it all over again. But they fumbled already. It's too late. This literally was a lesson. This was somebody you had a contract with, and they fumbled that. So now they got to deal with what they did. They have to deal with the consequences, and they're going to deal with it. What did I say? You are literally an angel in disguise. You are an earth angel. You are sent here to balance things out on this planet. That literally is the reason you're here. You are a part of the awakening, the mass awakening here. So yeah, Spirit had to use you a little bit. You're going to get what's owed to you, collective. Just like they are. You're going to get what's owed to you because you did your part. You literally was generous. You showed up. You was trying to help this person heal. Just pouring and pouring and pouring. Probably when you didn't even have nothing left in your cup. Just pouring and pouring and pouring. You will get your payout. You will get your abundance. You will get your reward. You was used though, for sure. But it benefits you in the end. May not look like it in the process, but it benefits you in the end, collective. It do. You're literally going to be receiving your justice. There's generational curses that you're breaking. Yes, you're like the muse. You're the one who has to do all of this. Yes, but baby, you're gonna be all right. You're going to be all right. You're getting that recognition already in the spiritual realm. You're going to live an abundant life. If you know you've been that person, this is for you. You know you're going to live that abundant life. You're going to gain that recognition in this physical realm as well. I just feel like so many people have judged you, collective. And it's crazy because I'm picking up on like, it's this, somebody is being forced to change their perspective or see something, should I say. Somebody's being forced to see something here. Change perspective, but somebody is like being sat down by spirit. Yo, spirit guys, what?
I saw a tweet that said, as a final act of love, I will never reach out to you again, but I will become everything I said I was going to be. And let's talk about it, because that's where I know this collective is at. That's what I feel this collective is at. You've attracted a lot of illusions in your life that were just meant to show you your shadow and show you what you need to heal and then move on. But because you're empathetic, because you got a big heart, because you can feel other people's emotions, yada, yada, because you weren't in tune with your intuition at the time, you allowed temporary people to remain permanent figures in your mind, right? Because not in your life. I'm not picking up on you clinging on to energy that doesn't serve you. I'm not picking up on you clinging on to people, places, or things in this physical, right? But I really heavy Scorpio, Cancer, like emotion, very deep emotions. You allow these people, like I said, you allow temporary people to take up space permanently in your mind, picking up on situations that maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, where it's like you're just now coming to the awareness of giving yourself closure for these things, giving yourself closure without conversations. Because the coolest thing about you is that this new version of self that you created, you built her from scratch too. From scratch. And that's the coolest thing about you. And you don't honor that shit enough. You don't honor it enough. You really built this new version of self from scratch, from the ground up. You really integrated your shadow, and you're starting to realize that it's cool to have a shadow, and I actually like using my shadow. You're learning the balance between light and dark. You're learning how to balance that dark energy that you possess and the light energy that you possess. And going back to the quote, it's all love, but you get none of my attention. And that's where I feel like this collective is at right now, where you're understanding how powerful and potent your attention is, and you're actually understanding how much people like your attention, right? And that's okay, right? Because I like a lot of my friends' attention. I like certain people's attention. I love my boyfriend's attention. But you're starting to realize how many people in your life, how many illusions that were in your life that actually really, I'm getting pick up like on this obsessive energy. I feel like I said, you attracted a lot of temporary people in your life that energetically still have holds on your mind. And whether or not you're trying to break free of this person on your mind, this situation that's on your mind, it's going to leave your mind eventually, because you're going to wake up and realize that you are the one that is just perpetuating these thoughts over and over and over. You might be in a process of like rumination, heavy like ruminating. You're just ruminating on thoughts. You might ruminate on conversations a lot. You might replay situations. You might just ruminate on the past a lot, and you need to stop doing that, because it does you nothing, right? It does you nothing. Something about release and let go. I got that download today. I had to text and tell my friend. I heard Clear as Day tell Faye this. I'm like, all right, release and let go. That's what you need to do. Release and let go, and learn how to love yourself. Going back to the quote, like I said, as a final act of love, I will never reach out again. I feel like you've already put yourself first by doing that. You haven't reached out to this person. You haven't gone back to this situation, this environment. But now you have to become that version of self fully in the physical. You have to accept, you have to accept this new version of self that isn't really new. It's new to everyone else, but it's who you are. It's who you've always been. You've just found the confidence and the courage to actually express who you've always known you were out loud. You've stopped denying yourself the opportunity to fully be yourself. And that might feel like a new version of self. That might look like a new version of self to people that have been known you, but whole time they weren't even really rocking with you, because this is the new you. I'm picking up on a lot of people are going to have some shit to say. I don't even know where this is coming from, but a lot of people are going to have something to say about this new version of self that you've created, about this just new version of you that you've created. A lot of people are going to have something to say, for the good, for the bad, but at the end of the day, everyone is just a mental projection of yourself. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But there's this idea of, you got to understand that you have stepped into this newfound sense of self on your own, because you've decided to accept everything that people have thrown away. You've decided to accept accept everything about yourself that people have rejected of you. You really started to accept yourself for everything that you possess, for all of your capabilities. Like I said before, that mind that you have, that mind, the way you think, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you treat people, it deserves to be recognized. Something about your essence, your spirit, it has been lacking from the world. People are waiting for you to show up as your true self. But because you're holding on to, you're holding on to restrictions that this person, that these people, places, and things that you're still ruminating on in your head, that temporary person, those temporary places and things, those illusions, you're still holding on to them in your brain, which is causing this resistance because your body is ready to receive. Your body is ready to step into new self. Your body is fully ready to go through this transformation. Your body is fully ready to take it to the next level. But your mind is holding yourself back because you still got people's voices in your head. You're replaying stuff in your head that does not need to be replayed, because at the end of the day, people treated you at the capacity at which they could treat themselves. That's how people treat you. And that's how people will always treat you. But that's how people definitely treated you back when whatever situation you're picking up on, whatever person you're picking up on, whatever timeline you're picking up on that isn't this one, that's the one I'm talking about. You need to let go. You need to release and let go in order to receive, because your body, like I said, your body is ready, but that mind of yours, your mind, you're too smart for your own good. You're an overthinker. I get it. But at the end of the day, it's night. What needs to be done is done. This is your final act of love, not only towards them, but towards yourself. You owe it to yourself to never reach out to that person again because they did you wrong, to never go back to that place again, to never do anything with that person again. You owe it to yourself to do that, just to stand on business and prove to them that you were never the prize. I was always that, and I will forever be that. But you also owe it to yourself to actually become the version of self that you always said you would be. You owe it to yourself, as you should. Not to flex on nobody, not to prove anything to anyone, but to prove to yourself that you always had the capabilities to become. You always had the potential to become who it is that you always knew you could be. You owe it to yourself, so do that. That is your final act of love to yourself. The final act of love for yourself is to become everything that you dream of, is to be that girl that you see in your head, is to be that guy that you see in your head. That vision board is only a vision because you haven't made it happen in real life. You haven't stepped out of your mind and been able, confirmation, and be able to actually go down the timeline and enter in that timeline fully, mind, body, and spirit. Not just body and spirit, but the mind as well. Your mind is the final component to this everlasting change that you're seeking. Until you step out of your mind, until you release these ruminations, until you break the paradigms of your own mind, until you stop replaying events, places, conversations, until you begin to move forward with clarity, even though you never had a conversation, even though you're owed, don't get me wrong, you're owed conversations, you're owed apologies, you're owed that, but I'm picking, like, you're not going to get that. The people, whoever I'm talking about, whatever is resonating for you, you're not going to get the conversation. You're not going to get the apology in this lifetime. You're not going to get that because that's not what you need in order to move forward, in order to transcend this situation. What you need is to find the conversation within yourself. You need to find acceptance within yourself, because when you accept yourself, you'll begin to start accepting whatever situation is on your mind, whatever you ruminated on, whatever you had to let go, whatever you had to give up in order to get. Until you really sit with yourself and understand that you don't need a conversation for closure. Your closure is bossing up. Your closure is moving on. Your closure is never reaching out again. Your closure is becoming the version of self that you always said you would be. That is your closure, because that's how they'll know too that you really meant business. That's the reading. Goodbye. Love you, not goodbye. It's always a good day. I love you. Make smart decisions. I hope that helped, and I hope that resonated. Love you. I saw a tweet that said, as a final act of love, I will never reach out to you again, but I will become everything I said I was going to be. And let's talk about it.
Did you know Sudan is the world's worst humanitarian crisis?
You gotta be a special type of sick, jealous, envious, demonic motherfucker to finally get a motherfucker that really love you and then play in their face constantly and then talk about them like a dog and sit up and laugh about them and think that God gonna bless you. Baby, please. That's not how the universe works. See, what's gonna happen is God is gonna bless that person until the point of no return right in front of your face, to the point to where it's gonna make you sick to your fucking stomach. Be careful how you do people. Do on the people as you want to be done on to you. Because you thinking you fucking over a good person and you think you gonna prosper from that? You're not, baby. Your life will be in shambles from that day forward. You wanna know why? Because that person was genuine and they was pure. And you fucked over them. So what you think gonna happen next? You gotta be a special type of sick, jealous.
So what's the hottest online slots casino in Ontario?
Don't you dare scroll. Do not scroll. I am so excited for you, okay? Like, I love these messages. I was by the pool and I had to get out to send this message to you. You are winning. Like, you're right there. Something is happening. Something good is coming into your life. You are winning. The universe is about to show you money, success, abundance, luck that you've never witnessed in your entire life. Never in your life. You're winning. What are you doing? You're doing something. I feel it. 1111 again. I saw 1111 5 times today. 1111 555. Play the lotto. Take that job. Take that chunk of money. Whatever it is, there's more coming to you. Somebody's noticing you. Somebody's watching you. I don't know if it's the workplace, here on social media. Somebody's watching you very close. They are intrigued by you. They're interested in you, okay? Things are just gonna happen out of nowhere. That's how the universe works. And you have done everything in your power to be where you're at today. This isn't everybody's season right now. This is your season. You know it if it's you. You know what you've been doing, okay? You have tapped into yourself so much, like at a deep level that others don't understand. Things are just happening for you a lot. You feel it. You feel it. It is there. It is here. You feel it. You are about to be so rich. You're about to be a millionaire. You're about to break generational curses, generational spells. You're about to break your family cycle. You're about to break your town cycle. You're about to break your city cycle. You're about to freaking pop out, blow up. And please, 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 please don't let any of your haters that don't support you right now, that want to see you fall and fail, do not let them have access to your wins and to your money, into your abundance and luck and energy. Your energy is something different. Your energy is attracting the universe. And God says, my dear, this is your time. Grand Rising, this is your time to shine. It's your time to be fun, happy, live life, enjoy it. It's your time. Okay? So you got sick of seeing everybody else always win and you were not winning. You thought you weren't, but it took time. It took time. That's all it is. It's your season though, of abundance, of joy, breakthroughs, financial freedom, helping people out in your community, people that you love, people that are there for you. Do not hand over money to people that take though, to people that don't like you, to people that don't care about you, to people that only want you when they benefit from you. Do not help those people. They're just takers and users, and they will suck you dry until you have nothing else, and they wouldn't care, okay? But there's something going on right now, and I feel it. It's so deep. And I'm just excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, who's finding this? If you're finding this, it's for you. Like, changes are happening now. You feel it. It's a very strong vibe, okay? It's a very strong, powerful feeling, and you feel it there, and you know, like you even wake up different. You feel things different. Like you vibrate different. Your soul feels different. It's like you've transitioned to another world, to a different body, to a different soul. Okay? It's like life doesn't feel the same anymore. And it's because you've tapped into yourself and you've let all the bad people go that were bringing you down, that had you in a dark hole, okay? That's all it took. All you had to do was discard people that didn't want the best for you, that made your life hell, that didn't want to see you happy. You did the work, you put the work in. That's what it takes. And you're doing it. I am so proud of you. And go on those vacations. Enjoy life. Sit by the ocean with a drink. Smile. Take a deep breath. You don't have to worry anymore. Your worries are about to be gone forever. And I'm not just saying this time luck, you're gonna have like luck for a very long time. It's not gonna leave your body. It's not gonna leave your side for a long time. God's source universe says it's your time to shine. This is your time. And God will deal with the people that tried to take from you, that tried to break you, that tried to dim you, that talked against you, that called you crazy and stupid for what you do. But see, you're open. You're alive. Your energy is so amazing. And that's why you're attracting everything right now for a man or a woman. Keep shining. I am so happy for you. I am so happy for you. And if you got this far, please subscribe, share. And I want to say thank you to everybody who supports me, who follows me. I love you.
Very abundant phase in their life at this time. A lot of energy has been circulating. A lot of energy has been circulating, beloved. Okay, in the air, you know, planetary shifts are happening. All right, I think we recently just had a new moon. Either we just had a new moon or we're about to have a new moon. Okay?
Okay, I get it, but why not just use crypto.com? Okay, to prove it, this is how much I have in—
Don't throw away something real just because it's not perfect. Never leave a true relationship over a few flaws. Because here's the truth. Nobody is perfect. Not you, not them, not anyone. We're all just humans trying, failing, learning, and growing. So if you're waiting for perfection, you'll wait forever and die alone with a list of impossible expectations. A true relationship isn't built on finding the perfect person. It's built on accepting the imperfect one who loves you deeply. Someone who makes mistakes, yes, but who also holds your hand when you're lost, listens when you're silent, and stays when it's hard. You see, in the end, affection is always greater than perfection. Because a perfect face can fade, but a kind heart, a warm hug after a long day, a person who knows your scars and still chooses you, that's rare. That's real. Don't be the one who walks away from something meaningful just because it got messy. Sometimes the cracks in a relationship are where the light gets in, where growth happens, where love deepens. So before you give up, before you say it's not enough, ask yourself, is it really broken, or are you just chasing an illusion? Because real love isn't perfect, but it's worth it. And if you're lucky enough to have someone who chooses you despite your flaws, hold them close, love them harder. That's where forever begins. Don't throw away something real.
The biggest mistake you can make is asking others for advice on your life. They do not know what you know. They do not see what you see. They will give you advice based on their fears, their experiences, and their limitations. And if you listen to them, you will take on their limitations as your own. People can only give advice from their level of awareness. They can only speak from their own condition and their own past and their own beliefs about what is possible. But what is possible for them might be effortless for you. The biggest mistake you can make is asking others for advice on your life. They do not know what you know. They do not see what.
What is Francisco's energy towards Ophelia?
All right, so the one on your mind, let's see what they want to say, okay? Divine, what does this person want to say to the beautiful collective? I know we've been together in past lives. I recognize you. You were never a stranger to me. I let my ego get in our way. I couldn't let go of my pride, but you saw through me. You know the truth about me. Yeah, you see through this person. And here's the thing, you know the truth about them. This person knows that you know what they did, okay? You're very intuitive as well. The thought of you with someone else drives me crazy. You were my best friend, and I cherished our friendship above all others. I feel you even though we are apart. I don't know if I believe in soulmates or twin flames, but if I do, you are my twin flame. Yeah, see, this person sees you as being like, you were so good to them. You were like their best friend, okay? That's for someone. Sometimes at night I think about the times we've spent together. So this person is up thinking about you, and I feel like they're up tonight thinking about you. There's something that's really driving them crazy. It's not just the thought of you with someone else. It's just, how do they get back? How do they get back to you? You know? This person sees you as their soulmate. They know they can't get over you. They don't want to let you go. And they certainly aren't about to let you be with someone else. That drives them crazy, okay? So many times I had the phone in my hand ready to reach out to you. I regret letting others come in between us. So this person could have listened to others talk about you. There could have been somebody who sabotaged this connection, spreading lies about you. There could have been people against this connection as well. Possibly family members is what I'm picking up on intuitively. So they listened to others, other people's opinions of you and them. The people didn't want you two together. There were some people that really didn't want you two together. And they're kicking themselves for allowing that to happen. This person's been wanting to call you, been wanting to talk to you, up all night thinking about you. This person could have also been like researching twin flames and the twin flame journey. You could be very spiritual. You could actually be a high priestess, tarot card reader. You may be posting things about like this soulmate connection, something like that. That you could have been. This person could be learning from you. And they're realizing you're right. You're right. They're thinking to themselves, this really is a connection that they just can't shake. You're right. This is a twin flame. And that's how this person is like, I give in. Right? I give in. This is a twin flame soulmate connection. That's how this person is seeing it. All right? I can't figure out why you trigger me so much. And yeah, that is part of that twin flame, right? The twin flames really are meant to trigger. You're meant to trigger each other. And when you trigger each other, you especially you, collective, I feel like you were triggered first. And this person broke your heart so bad, it was like the last straw, the straw that broke the camel's back, right? And it was such a heartbreaking moment for you that you felt shattered. But at that moment, that's when the divine scooped you up and said, you know, there's some things that you need to learn about yourself, and we're going to help you through your healing because we love you. So come with us, right? And then the divine takes you through this long journey of looking at yourself, healing from things from the past, realizing you were given to people that didn't deserve you in the first place. You know, you start, you believe in yourself, you pick yourself back up, and God helps you. And then you start building your life, focusing on the things that you do have some kind of control over, right? Things that are good for you. And you put your focus and your energy into that. You know, and before you know it, you've healed. You've gotten over this person from your past. You know? But now, you leaving them behind is triggering them. This is where they start that same journey Everybody's journey is a solo journey. You're on your own. You and God. You and your spirit guides. You and Jesus. You and the divine. Okay? And you learn. You learn all about the abilities that you have. You learn how to manifest. You learn how to heal yourself. And in doing that, you have the capability of also healing other people. You learn about your energy and the effect it has on others and how it comes back around. You learn about karma and dharma. You learn about, it's endless, right? It's like limitless amounts of information, okay? And this person is now, it's their turn. It's their turn now to go through this whole journey, all right? They triggered you. Now you leaving them behind is triggering them. And they're going to learn a lot about themselves. And they're going to learn what love is. And they're going to learn how to respect and consider other people's feelings. And they're going to learn to stand for something. You know, but it's their journey. They're starting it here. Sorry for my rant, but that's the kind of stuff that this person is looking into. And they're realizing that you are, in fact, triggering them now. Now it's their turn. I feel like this person is going into dark night of the soul. They're going into dark night of the soul, where they take a look at themselves and they feel the pain of losing you. They feel that emptiness. They feel that how hollow it is without you in their life. Okay? And they start looking at themselves and learning lessons. And they're already in that regret energy. Yeah, it just feels like dark night of the soul is happening to this person. I didn't want to, but I had to give you up. I feel like they had a lot of pressure from their family. All right, so the one on your mind, let's see what they want to say, okay?
One day, a wealthy businessman came across a beggar sitting by the roadside. He observed the man for a moment and then asked,
"You look strong and healthy. Why are you begging instead of working?"
The beggar sighed and replied,
"Sir, I have no job, no business, no opportunities. What else can I do?"
The businessman smiled and said,
"Opportunities are everywhere. You just need the willpower to take action. What if I offer you a chance to be my business partner? Would you accept?"
The beggar looked at him in shock.
"Business partner? Of course I would love to, but I have no money to invest. I don't know anything about business. How can I work with you?"
The businessman reassured him,
"You don't need money or experience. I own a rice plant. You just have to take rice from there, sell it in the market, and at the end of the month, we'll share the profits. Does that sound good to you?"
Hearing this, the beggar was overwhelmed with joy. He fell at the businessman's feet and said,
"Sir, you are like a messenger from God. Just tell me, how much will my share be? 20% mine and 80% yours? Or 10% mine and 90% yours?"
The businessman laughed and said,
"Don't worry. Just give me 10% and you keep the remaining 90%. I don't want your money. I just want to help you."
The beggar worked hard throughout the month. He spent his days and nights selling rice and made a good profit. But when the time came to share the earnings, he started feeling that even giving 10% was too much.
"I did all the hard work. I spent all my time. What did this businessman even do?" he thought.
When the businessman came to collect his share, the beggar hesitated and said,
"Sir, I couldn't earn as much as expected. I had some losses this month. I don't have enough money right now. Let's settle it next month."
The businessman nodded understandingly and said,
"All right, if you had losses, just give me 5% instead of 10%. I understand your situation."
But the beggar continued making excuses.
"Sir, I have a family to take care of. My parents, my wife, my children. My expenses are too high. This month, I really can't give you anything.
The businessman patiently said,
Fine, then just give me 1%. Even half of 1% would do. Just a small portion. After all, I gave you this opportunity, a new life, a way to survive and grow. But if you can't give me anything at all, then maybe I made a mistake in helping you.
Still, the beggar refused to share even a small portion of his profit. At this point, the businessman smiled sadly and said,
I know you made a profit, but now you are lying to me. Tell me, if you were in my place and someone treated you like this, how would you feel?
With a firm voice, he added,
All right, since you have many problems, I won't take anything from you. I'll find a new partner instead.
Hearing this, the beggar suddenly realized his mistake. He fell at the businessman's feet and said,
Sir, everything is yours. I have nothing. Take all the profit and give me whatever share you think is fair. After all, it all belongs to you.
This isn't just the story of a businessman. It's the story of you and me. It's the story of God, the one who gave us everything: life, health, opportunities. Yet we often forget to thank Him. God doesn't even ask for 10% of our lives. He doesn't need hours from us, just that we remember Him and thank Him for His kindness. You may be running a business, working a job, studying, playing, or singing. Whatever you do, never forget to keep God as your partner. Give Him a portion of your time. Don't disconnect from Him, because if you remove your partnership with God, you'll be left with nothing, just like the beggar in this story. If you find value in this story, please follow, like, and comment below. Stay blessed. One day, a wealthy businessman came across a beggar sitting by the roadside. He observed the man for a moment and then asked,
You look strong and healthy. Why are you begging instead of working?
The beggar sighed and replied,
Sir, I have no job, no business, no opportunities. What else can I do?
The businessman smiled and said,
Opportunities are everywhere. You just need the willpower to take action. What if I offer you a chance to be my business?
And yeah, would that be
woman to woman? If you're not tracking your period, why? Why would you?
Things women say to men that they don't realize is rude.
Things women say to men. Oh, okay.
They don't realize is rude,
okay.
yeah?
Yeah. Every man has been through this.
Right. So pretend I'm your girl.
So I'm the guy in this.
You're the guy in this, for once.
I was waiting for some retort.
I'm playing. All right. You're the guy in this, and
Yeah.
you just come home with a fresh trim, and I'm the girl.
I mean,
all right. Announce it to
I
me.
fit the bill.
Announce it to me.
What? I'm just coming in.
Yeah, you've come in and you got a fresh trim.
Babe,
yo,
come downstairs. I want to show you something.
What go on?
Look at this fresh waves, man. Look at the trim. What we saying?
Ooh,
lineup's crispy, no?
He cut it different this time. Yeah, he cut it different this time.
Explain yourself.
Did you ask him to?
Explain yourself.
Yeah, he just cut it a little bit different.
What do you mean?
Is that side supposed to be higher than that side?
Cool.
Is that corner supposed to be higher?
Go.
You asked for the hypotenuse.
And let's go, beautiful.
Things women say to men that they don't realize is rude.
Things women say to men. Oh, okay.
They don't realize is rude, yeah?
Yeah. Every man has been through this.
Right. So pretend I'm your girl.
So I'm the guy in this.
You're the guy in this, for once.
I was waiting for some retort.
I'm playing. All right. You're the guy in this, and
Yeah.
you just come home with a fresh trim, and I'm the girl.
I mean,
all right. Announce it to
I
me.
fit the bill.
Announce it to me.
What? I'm just coming in.
Yeah, you've come in and you got a fresh trim.
Babe,
yo,
come downstairs. I want to show you something.
What go on?
Look at this fresh waves, man. Look at the trim. What we saying?
Ooh,
lineup's crispy, no?
He cut it different this time. Yeah, he cut it different this time.
Explain yourself.
Did you ask him to?
Explain yourself.
Yeah, he just cut it a little bit different.
What do you mean?
Is that side supposed to be higher than that side?
Cool.
Is that corner supposed to be higher?
Go.
You asked for the hypotenuse. You asked for that obtuse thing. Say that.
Hypotenuse.
You in there said, give me the hypotenuse. Say less. That's all good.
Give me that swoosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fam? Oh, he cut your hair different this time. That bar right there.
Yeah, that will sink
keeps me up at night.
The hypotenuse is crazy.
Oh, right. Things women say to men that they don't realize is rude. Your dick is the perfect size. Bro. Is it wham or is it small? What is it? I don't want to hear perfect size. I don't want to hear this is easy stuff.
Yeah, I don't want it to just fit.
Yeah, bro. It's
need
perfect.
some.
Yeah. You're telling me it doesn't matter if you're exhausted. You can still go for it because it's not that much effort.
Nah, stop it, man.
This one, I've been in relationships where this is like a common theme and I hate it. Things women say to men that they don't realize is rude. It's not your fault. It's just the way you were raised.
That's what?
Bro, it's not your fault. It's just the way you were raised.
That's a generational par.
Yeah, that's a family tree par.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. That's a family matters type.
Someone
Meet the
said
Grahams.
that to you before?
Yeah. Not in those words, not your fault, it's just the way you were raised. I was with a partner before who would say, like, I'm not surprised you're like this.
Yeah, you mentioned that before.
Yeah, have I?
On the show, yeah.
Yeah, she would say, I'm not surprised you're like this, because, like, she said something like, your mum and dad are just emotionally distant. So it doesn't surprise me that this is the way you process stuff like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's deep and dark.
It was.
Damn.
I hated it.
Sorry, G.
Things that they don't realize are rude. You ready for round 2? You're panting.
Yeah. I'm panting and I'm far from solid.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm
bro.
far from. Are you ready for round 2?
I'm numb from the waist down.
Yeah.
I'm numb from the waist down, you
Because
man.
round 1 for her was lame. She's playing with her hair.
Yeah, 100%.
She's playing with her hair waiting.
That's warm-up stuff. You ready for round 2?
No.
Yeah, of course
The
not.
answer is no.
I came in here, I emptied the clip in there.
I emptied my whole tank.
Yeah, bro.
I'm running on E.
Every stroke I had. And you're already chatting about next round.
No, I'm sore to the brim.
Yes, hell. Things women say to men they don't realize is rude. You low-key cute. You low-key cute.
So how did he view me before?
Oh, 100%. And what does low-key cute mean? You're saying not everyone can see it.
This is a Shoreditch house vibe.
Yeah.
Because there's members only and there's no phones in this dance. That's what you're telling me.
Yeah, 100%. No one can snap this pic.
Wow.
But yeah, I think you're handsome.
Wow.
Cool. If only I could find a man like you.
I am a man like me.
Fam, the comment under was, bitch, I am a man like me.
I am a man like me.
If only I could find a man like you. Obviously not you.
Because
the outer shell is... Yeah.
I mean, look at you. They need to... that up, down? Oh.
Yeah, nah. Standards and stuff.
Oh,
but
look
yeah,
at you. Fuck, man.
The way you love me, that's what I need in the man of my dreams.
Facts. I need that in a real man.
Yeah, in a man.
Yeah. Not you.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
God.
This one.
Hit me.
Things women say to men they don't realize is rude. I love me a dad bod.
Cool. I understand you're trying to boost my ego, but you're also slapping me on the floor.
Yeah, you're slapping me down, bro. I love me a dad bod.
Because you really don't.
Bro.
You might like a variation of a dad bod, but you don't want that every day. Let's not lie to
That's
ourselves.
like me saying, I love me some wrinkles. I love me some crow's feet. How about that?
What are we talking about here?
Don't worry, babe. I hate thick lips.
I want them paper jaws.
Yeah. I love feeling spine in doggy.
And that's what you got.
Yeah. I love hitting hip bones.
And
I hate juicy asses.
Oh, my days, bro.
Christ, bro.
Peak.
If you can't do it, I'm sure I can find someone who can.
That's not a... What's the title of this thing?
Things women say to men they don't realize is rude.
Wow.
If you can't do it, it's fine.
I'll find someone.
Yeah, I'll just find someone who can do it.
They know the emotion that will bring out in a male species.
Yeah, of course. And that's what I don't... There's one thing that I don't let that bar phase me, and that's with DIY. I never claimed to be
okay.
Mr. Hammer and Nails, bro, because I hate it.
I remember I can't even remember what the device was, but I was putting something together and I was looking through the brochure thing.
Yeah.
One Jornino said, do men need to read instructions? I didn't know men needed to read the instructions. I was literally on my knees. I've never felt so low. I've never felt so low. It's like, why? So unprovoked.
Yeah, bro.
So I'm helping you.
Yeah. Wow.
That's so unprovoked, bro.
Oh, shit, bro.
It's annoying, man.
Sorry, G. I didn't know men needed to read the instructions. Yeah.
Wow, layered.
Yeah.
Layered.
Put your hands up.
Layered.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Wow.
Wow.
Things women say to men that they don't realize is rude.
Things women say to men. Okay.
They don't realize it's rude, yeah?
Yeah. Every man has been through this.
Right. So pretend I'm your girl.
So I'm the guy in this.
You're the guy in this, for once.
I was waiting for some retort.
I'm playing.
Scared.
I'm playing. All right. You're the guy in this, and
Yeah.
you just come home with a fresh trim, and I'm the girl.
I mean,
all right. Announce it to me.
Fit the bill.
Announce it to me.
What? I'm just coming in.
Let me clear my throat. I have. Yeah, you've come in and you've got fresh trim.
Message.
Because sex.
Message. I can feel your energy around them every day. Oh, so this is a soul connection view. Oh, pretzels reach.
Because sex for men is not about being horny. It's about connecting with the most important person in their life. When a man commits his fidelity to a woman, especially in marriage, he is committing to not sleep with anybody else. Implicit in that sacred trust is an equal commitment from the woman to take care of his sexual needs. But when a wife shuts that off for whatever reasons, she's not just withholding sex. She's cutting the oxytocin in that man, the bonding hormone. And he doesn't just feel physically rejected. He actually starts to feel emotionally abandoned. Now here's where things get even more complicated. Most of these men don't leave, they stay. Not because they're weak, but because they're dads. They choose their kids' stability over their own happiness. And they go from being that bright-eyed, confident man at the altar to the walking dead a few years later, numb, exhausted, and emotionally starved. Women always have good reasons. I'm tired, I'm stressed, I don't feel connected, you didn't pick up your socks. And look, those things can be true, but here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't go to the gym because you feel like it. You go to the gym because it's how you stay healthy. And if you wait until you feel like it, your body and your relationship will both fall apart. Sex is not a luxury in marriage. It's the glue, and it's a sacred covenant. And when it dries up, so does the bond. And here's the crazy insanity. These same women, they will cry foul when he pulls away emotionally. She'll cry betrayal if he starts getting his needs met elsewhere. This culture has trained women that they can have their cake and eat it too. Loyalty, protection, provision, love, while feeling entitled to give little to nothing in return. That's not intimacy. That is narcissism parading as empowerment. Because sex for men is not about being horny. It's about connecting with the most important person in their life. When a man commits his fidelity to a woman, especially in marriage, he is committing to not sleep with anybody else. Implicit in that sacred trust is an equal commitment.
Hi guys. Okay, so I started the reading. So lots coming through. Somebody's hurt. Somebody feels stuck. They're not in your energy, or they're trying to be, or they want to be, but they're not. They have good intentions towards you. You're changing career. And this card came out and I thought it was lovely. Your heart will be full and you will get the life you deserve and so much more. So that's a lovely, lovely way to start the reading. And also you're a very intuitive person. You know, this collective, I feel like I'm reading for a similar collective every time. There's something that's saying you are right. So your intuition, when people have lied to you and you've been like, but no, I'm like, I got that. Like, I already know these things. And then something happens, maybe not long in the future or later in the future, and you find out and it's like, okay, you know? Someone feels really stuck. They see you as there forever. They're missing you. I miss you and missing you came out twice. You're somebody who's quite introverted with your emotions now. You're quite protective of your emotions. You've been through quite a lot, and I don't really blame you. And also from the tarot deck, it's come out as the three of, what was this one? Cups came out, and you're in your early successes of your career, and also obviously that other card came out saying that you're gonna have everything you want, you know? And it's really interesting. So the Three of Cups, you know that you're gonna do really well. Like, you feel it. You know that you weren't supposed to just do the normal thing. Like, you have, every time you've tried to get into the system has shut you out, basically. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull some more tarot cards. While I'm doing this, there was a couple of channel songs that came through. I am having so many technical difficulties tonight. It's driving me insane. But, so the song goes, I'm gonna be the main event like no king was before. And then somebody who's very like, you know, like, no, it's like very firm no I'm getting. Like, I am me, I'm not changing this time. This is what, this is a very strong reading. Like, this isn't for a lot of people. This is a very particular set of people, and I can feel that so strongly. And also, you're just like, all the illusions that you had in your brain before, it's like, no. You're just like, no, bye-bye. If anybody's like not in a good energy towards you and is being a bit shitty, you're right away like, no, sorry, honey, bye-bye. And that's a really good, as a feminine, right? We are the attractors, right? So we pick and choose, you know? But also, there is very like strong love coming in here, and there's somebody who's really kind that's coming in, and you know, give them chance to talk, but remember, don't let your emotions take over too much. Like, say your truth, be kind. I always encourage kindness in this world, because you know what? It's so much harder to be kind. And people take it as a weakness. It's so not weakness. Like, it is such a strength. And anybody who says that to you will just be like, oh, okay. You know, you don't have to say much. Yeah, so Ace of Cups, and also Eight of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, the Moon, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, reverse, the Star, and also the Nine of Pentacles and Justice. So what I'm getting from all these cards is, the Magician and the Hangman, which was on the chair. Like, it was on the chair stool, like, sat looking at me, and this Hanged Man reverse. And really what it's all saying to me is that you have been through so much, and you had like a blindfold over your face, and you're like, yes ma'am, yes sir, and you're just following other people. You really weren't following your own truth, and your life has taught you to not say anything. Your whole life you've just felt like people have pushed you down like that because you're different. No, this is why I think this is for a very specific collective. It's for the different ones, you know. Deep feelers is something that I'm trying to, you know, bring out there. And yeah, you're a very creative person, and if people utilized you properly in the past, they'd be millionaires. You know what I mean? And your brain, when you're talking to people, there's like 5 conversations going on in your head from the one conversation. You've already planned like 5 different things in 3 years' time. You know what I mean? You're very much like switched on. But when you're switched off, it's like, you know, like you're just like, I'm in my groove. But you also isolate a lot, and this is coming through too. And I think that's really a good thing, because that's helping you with your goals and your manifestations and working on yourself and self-love. And also, like, yeah, you're very intuitive, and all the stuff you have put out over the years is coming back to you now. This is your time, and the people who were not so nice are gonna get their karma, and that's okay. Like, it's not your problem, you know? And although that isn't the best thing to say, like, I try and keep these things positive, but I also want to empower you, you know? I am a qualified occupational therapist, and the reason I went into OT was because I wanted to empower people, and this is what I'm trying to do through this, but through a larger scale, but for the people that need to hear it. Does that make sense? I don't know if I said before, I pulled some animal cards, and Buffalo Spirit, the universe will provide, the abundant universe will provide for you. And then Vulture Spirit, think about the word vulture in this reading, okay? Because you've had a lot of vultures in your life, you know? Nothing is wasted. Also, Nightingale, hello sir. Love is all around. And that's true, you know, it's the right people in your life. Fox Spirit, think on your feet. So soon you're gonna be like, oh shit, you know, like, whoa, this is fast, and that's awesome. But also make sure that you then implement your own speed. Yeah, exactly. Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. Hello, I was right. Yeah, baby. And then, yeah. So I'm excited for you. This is a longer reading, but Hi guys. Okay, so I started the reading. So what's coming through? Somebody's hurt.
Never put anything in your personal name, ever. The minute you put something in your name, real estate, rental, your house, vehicles, boat, crypto, precious metals, one accident, one lawsuit, one divorce, one government overreach, and it's gone. In today's society, the only safe way to run your life, not to mention your business, is to put everything into our Spendthrift Trust. That way, all the stuff I just mentioned, all of your assets, including your business, by the way, when that's inside the trust, it has its own EIN number. Now, you are the trustee. You control everything, but there's nothing in your name. And as trustee, you don't have any personal liability. So now you start living your life like I do. Everything's through the trust. You don't have to put anything in your own name anymore. In fact, you shouldn't. And you shouldn't put it in a corporation or LLC either, or a revocable trust, but I digress. Okay? To learn more about this, DM me personal name. I'll get you more information about how to protect yourself. Never put anything.
Like, I'm really getting somebody is in disbelief right now. Like, they're shocked that you caught on to their bullshit. They didn't understand the type of intuition that you was carrying. You let it be known that you're intuitive. You let it be known that when people fuck with you, bad shit happened to them. But it was just this one person that just did not believe you. Maybe they don't believe in this type of shit. Maybe they don't believe in this spiritual shit. But they were sadly mistaken. Yeah, Empress. They were sadly mistaken, baby. They're seeing it. They're seeing it. Trust me, believe me. We got the Lovers and the Six of Cups. Somebody from your past here. And this was a deep soulmate for some of y'all, and they fucked the whole thing up. Now we got the Wheel of Fortune here. Things are taking a turn for the worse, I feel. But for the better for you, worse for them. Okay, things are really, really moving forward in your life. Could have been dealing with a Gemini, Cancer, Virgo, Capricorn. Look, Ten of Wands here. Somebody really tried to play with you. They tried to outsmart you. Aquarius energy. They tried to outsmart you. This person was supposed, like, y'all was really, look, Ten of Wands came out. Y'all was really supposed to be like, I feel like, yeah, this person was supposed to work with you. They were supposed to grow with you. But you outgrown them because they wanted to be on bullshit. Now I feel like the wheel it's moving around. Tables are fucking turning. Because, yeah, they took you as a motherfucking joke. Somebody might even be going to jail. Somebody going to jail here. Somebody might be going to jail. Empress, they thought that they could fuck with the divine. And you still gonna have your happy family, your loving, your divine counterpart. Like you're gonna have that, but I feel like this person always gonna be stuck in karmic cycles. Like this person that was supposed to grow with you, and since they chose the dark side, that's where they stuck at. That's where they stuck at. Now they're gonna have to answer to the devil because they chose that motherfucking side. And see, you on the other hand, you are enlightened. You are a divine being. You know that. This person knew that, but they tried to act like they didn't believe in that type of shit. But somebody about to be going to jail, spiritual jail. But I'm getting real physical jail for some of y'all. Or this person could already be in jail. We got the 3 of Cups here. We got the Temperance. You have been patient. You have been silent too. You haven't even been doing, like, you haven't even been saying what this person been doing to you. Like, you just been watching from a distance. You like, I'm gonna let this person fall on their ass. Like, that's what you did. You let this person fall on their ass. You ain't even have to talk about this person. You didn't have to go around talking shit about this person, putting their name in the dirt. They did that to you. You didn't have to do that to them. Why? Because you already knew the truth was gonna be revealed, because you listening to your intuition. You see shit for what it is. You already know how karma goes, right? It's like this person felt like karma was never going to touch them, or they feel like everything that they was doing, they felt like they was going to continue to get away with that shit. But no, Ace of Swords reverse, they was never going to get away with that shit. They was never going to get away from that shit. It's being like, I'm really getting...
I want to share my Bumble success story because I know...
Yahweh gives us men the power to speak life into all things if we follow these 5 steps. Before I give you the 5 steps, you have to understand the history of where you come from, bro, and the power that you have. And I'll take you back to Genesis, where it says, in the beginning, Yah created the heavens and the earth was without form or void. Darkness covered the face of the deep, and the Ruach Elohim, the spirit of God, the breath of God, hovered over the face of the waters. And Yah said, let there be light. And there was light. Then if you swing over to John chapter 1, verse 1, it says, in the beginning was the word, Logos. And the word was with God, and the word was God. I want you to remember that word, bro. Logos. The Most High didn't use his hands to create the world. He used his voice. He used his words. He commanded it. And that word logos, it doesn't just mean word. It means divine blueprint, a pattern of order, a structure that holds the universe together. And because you were made in his image, your voice carries that weight, that command, and that structure too. So here are 5 steps to activate your logos, with number 5 being the most important. Number 1, speak order. Don't just think it, say it. You have to declare that order every morning. One of the things that I struggled with was I used to think a lot, but I didn't used to say it out of my mouth. And now I've learned that I have to say things, and I have to declare the things that I'm looking for, and I have to declare it over my business, my life, my finances, my family, everything. Number 2, bless your house. Walk through your house, bro, and literally touch everything and speak life over it. Pray over it. Speak peace into it. And I know that probably sounds crazy, but I'm telling you that your words have power. And when you believe it, you'll be able to transform what goes on in your house. Number 3, name your season, bro. Just like Adam had the power to name the animals, you need to properly name your season. No, you're not going through hell. You're going through a stage of transfiguration, which means that your outward appearance is becoming visible based on the divine glory that's happening to you within. You are not confused. You are gaining clarity. You are not breaking down. You're going through a breakthrough. You see how naming your season matters? Number 4, get rid of all weak words in your language. I'm not tired. I'm not broke. I'm not struggling. I am a man in training. Number 5, and most important, start with the word. Read a proverb out loud every morning, bro. When I go to the gym, I read a proverb out loud before I start my workout. I don't care who's listening either. You need to allow the Most High's logos to become your language. And if you read it every day, it's going to be embedded in your brain. You're going to be able to speak it out loud. The Most High built with words, so do you. Speak like a builder, because a man who speaks with intention is walking in his divine authority. If you felt this, go ahead and hit the share button and send this to another brother who needs it. Yahweh gives us men the power to speak life into all things if we follow these 5 steps.
And you picked them here with Live?
Just add cornstarch to a banana peel. Harvard scientists finally revealed why Korean women in their 50s have smooth, youthful skin like teenagers. And yet, you've been throwing this secret away every single day. Did you know the banana peel you toss in the trash has 400% more bromelain than the banana itself? A study from Cambridge University found that women who used this enzyme for just 5 days saw a 78% reduction in intimate dark spots. The secret? It's in the natural fermentation of the dark peel. That's where bromelain gets super concentrated and works like a molecular Pac-Man, eating away melanin from the inside out. While you're spending hundreds on fancy creams, the real solution is probably sitting in your fruit bowl. But cosmetic clinics are furious and doing everything they can to keep this off the radar. This isn't just another viral trend. This is a 600-year-old Japanese beauty secret, fermented banana peel loaded with 300% more bromelain that devours dark spots. Combined with rice, rich in ferulic acid that boosts the brightening effect, and cornstarch, which helps block melanin production at the source. Here's how to make it. First, slice up the peel of one ripe banana, ideally one with a very dark, almost black peel, the kind you'd normally throw away. These overripe bananas naturally ferment, supercharging the production of skin-brightening enzymes like tyrosinase inhibitors, which even out skin tone. Next, transfer everything into a pot. Add 1 tablespoon of rice and cover it with water. A study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry showed that ferulic acid in rice is a powerful antioxidant that fights free radicals, one of the main causes of premature aging. Let it boil for about 8 minutes. Here's where the magic happens. The heat pulls out all that potent bromelain from the peel, while the rice releases its ferulic acid, boosting the formula's power. Now strain it and keep only the golden liquid. This golden serum is literally liquid gold for your skin. Put it back on low heat and add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Stir well until it thickens. This is where an amazing chemical reaction begins. The bromelain from the banana peel fuses with the ferulic acid and cornstarch to form a molecular complex that fights melanin on 2 fronts. Bromelain breaks down the proteins that darken your skin, and cornstarch blocks new spots from forming. It's like having a dermatology lab in your kitchen. Let it cool until warm, then apply gently to dark areas using circular motions. Leave it on for 20 minutes. What you'll feel is a transformation happening in real time. The active enzymes are breaking down built-up melanin, the ferulic acid is stopping new discoloration, and the nutrients are rejuvenating your skin on a cellular level. In just 5 days, you'll see your skin transform smoother, brighter, more even than ever before. Your self-esteem will soar, and your confidence will be unshakable. Save this video now and change your skin forever. Just add cornstarch to a banana peel. Harvard scientists finally revealed why Korean women in their 50s have smooth, youthful skin like teenagers. And yet, you've been throwing this secret away every single day. Did you know the banana peel you toss in the trash has 400% more bromelain than the banana itself? A study from Cambridge University found that women who used this enzyme for just 5 days saw a 78% reduction in intimate dark spots. The secret? It's in the natural fermentation of the dark peel. That's where bromelain gets super...
People who get angry easily don't actually have a bad temper. It's more about a faulty way of thinking. And once you change that, you'll notice your temper improves a lot. This way of thinking really comes down to one word: should. Have you noticed that most of the time, what really sets us off emotionally isn't the situation itself? It's that people or things didn't go the way we thought they should. He should understand me. He should have told me ahead of time. Things should go according to plan. They should have considered my feelings. But life doesn't always work like that. And when it doesn't, we start feeling angry, disappointed, and frustrated, like the world's out to get us. The truth is, you're not mad at reality. You're mad because the should in your head didn't happen. In psychology, this is called cognitive distortion. And one of the most common forms is should thinking. Basically, it's when we write a mental script for how life is supposed to go. But when reality doesn't follow that script, we end up feeling defeated and angry. For example, someone doesn't reply to your message. You're mad because they should reply right away. Someone doesn't understand you. You're upset because they should get you. Your boss dumps a last-minute task on you. You're frustrated because they shouldn't do that. A friend cancels plans. You're disappointed because they should keep their word. But here's the thing. Who set that should? You did. The world was never obligated to follow your rules. Every should is your expectation, not a promise from reality. The more you cling to how others should act, the more your emotions get controlled by outside forces. Life starts like a constant battle, always defending your expectations and your point of view. And this mindset burns a ton of energy and creates a vicious cycle of anger, losing control, and guilt. You think you have a bad temper, but really you're just too attached to your own expectations. You think you're being logical, but you're actually emotionally pressuring others. You think you're fighting for fairness, but you're really avoiding the need to accept reality. What you really need to do isn't forcing others to meet your shoulds, but learning to release that need for control and resetting your expectations for reality. When you do, you'll realize a lot of things just aren't worth getting that upset about. So what can you do? The next time you feel yourself getting mad, ask yourself, where did this should come from? Is this just my own expectation? Does this person really owe me anything? Try switching should to hope, or it'd be nice if. Instead of he should text me back right away, think I hope he replies soon. You'll notice your emotions calm down almost immediately. Lower the need for control and build flexibility. You can't control other people, but you can always choose how you respond. When you let go of that rigid mindset, you take back control of your emotions. Focus on facts, not expectations. Instead of expecting people to like you, ask, did I do something today that's worth liking? Instead of hoping everything will go smoothly, ask, am I prepared to handle it if things don't? And remember, a good temper doesn't mean never getting mad. It means not letting should thinking control your emotions. The sooner you break this habit, the freer your emotions will feel, the lighter your relationships will be, and the happier your life will become. So starting today, fewer shoulds, more acceptance. Allow the world to be imperfect, and allow yourself to be a little gentler too. If you're going through this, feel free to reach out. People who get angry easily don't actually have a bad temper. It's more about a faulty way of thinking. And once
you want to rise, then fall first. Fall hard. Feel the pain, bleed, scream into your pillow if you have to, but get the hell up. Stop posting your breakdowns. Stop explaining yourself. Stop expecting apologies from people who sleep peacefully after breaking you. Let them go. Let them believe they won. Because the moment you disappear and work in silence, that's when they start to worry. That's when your name haunts their mind. Not when you cry, not when you beg, but when you vanish and reappear better, stronger, unrecognizable. That's your revenge. You want to rise? Then fall first. Fall hard. Feel the pain, bleed, scream into your pillow if you have to.
Let's just say you're a girl and you grow up in like a normal.
So you're saying the man who trans
like low income household, you didn't go to college, you studied to do nails or whatever, you're like decent looking, but you come from a small town and like your life is by all means mediocre, but you're happy with it, and this is like this is a very normal life. You make like 25k a year and you're just chilling and you're pretty and you're like cute and everything's nice, and you meet a nice guy and he's a plumber and you guys are just supposed to be together. Two blue-collar guys just together, jokes, pub on a Friday, fish and chips on a Saturday, church on a Sunday, everything's live. Then you've got some random dickhead from Dubai being like, ever been on a yacht before? And all of a sudden you've been exposed to a life that you never should have been exposed to. And then you resent the fact that you're a good wife and you're like, well, no, I can't go to Dubai and live on this yacht with this awesome guy because I'm married to this guy. And then you resent that guy and he ain't done nothing wrong. And you're like, bro, why can't you step your money up? And then you're on Instagram and then you see Kylie Jenner walks into a fucking hotel room on Valentine's Day and it's just balloons and flowers and everything like that. Hermes everywhere. And you're like, what the fuck, dude?
The bare minimum is no longer the bare minimum.
Yeah. And this is, and especially when you don't even, let's say you've not even take Kylie Jenner, let's just say it's a random chick from your school who happens to be linking this footballer and he's just kitted out this fucking thing and you're like, no, I know this girl. And this girl is living a life that like, I'm not. And we grew up together. Why does she get to live that life? But realistically, if Instagram didn't exist, you would have never seen it. Because she would have left Middlesbrough and she would have gone to link this bread and you would have just cracked on, still doing your nails, husband's a plumber, pub on a Friday, fish and chips on a Saturday, church on a Sunday.
As they say, I think I don't know where the quote actually comes from, but comparison is the thief of joy.
Bro, it actually is. That's, for me, when I think about like bad mental health, I only think about comparison. I only think about,
it's the devil.
It is the devil, bro.
Comparing is the devil,
100%.
I think that's the best quote ever.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
It's an amazing. Or grass isn't. The grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Oh, bro,
That's a good
100%.
one as well.
Yeah. Because, when you compare your life to someone else, it's like, bro, you also just don't think about all the other shit that makes up any scenario.
Yes. You just see what you see at that time.
Yeah.
So I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like, you don't think about anything else. All the semantics, all the logistics of what it takes for someone to be in that position. You just like, you just see the execution of the one thing that you're jealous of. And you're like, bro, I want that. And you're like, you have no idea what that is.
Literally.
You don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, you have no idea how I got here.
Yeah. I've killed people.
They will never know.
Yeah, bro, 100%.
They will never know. Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I feel like, some people are exposed to life that they never should be exposed to. Little Sally from Middlesbrough, who does nails, shouldn't be able to chat to a baller from Dubai. That shouldn't be allowed to happen. And now you're fucking with people's relationships. It shouldn't be allowed, bro. She should never seen it.
Yeah. We actually have access to too much.
Way too much.
It's actually insane.
Way too much.
Yeah.
Way too much, bro.
Limitless. Like, literally limitless. You can see anything going on in any country right now. Bang.
Yeah, bro.
It's insane.
Yeah, and it just makes people sit there. And then that's why we complain about the weather all the time. Let's just say you're a girl and you grow up in like a normal, like low-income household.
Quebec is one of our favorite family vacation spots year-round, but it's extra.
You and me, we're going to get up close and personal. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have been trying to channel in and share Phoenix Rising energy with you for weeks. And if you are here, this belongs to you. Claim it in the comments. The comments are incredibly important for building our collective. This collective, what you have been through to be reborn, what you have been through that broke others did not break you. You are so incredibly powerful, so incredibly needed right now. I'm not going to say that this collective is mostly women, but I will say this is anyone who's just like a big middle finger to injustice. There is a fire, a true fire with this collective. It is hard for me to get the words out because my whole body is really hot. There is such a powerful, fiery knowing that you have inside of you, what you have been through, the ashes that you had to sift through, that you became to be reborn. All I can say is thank you. I never put any hashtags on these videos, in particular Phoenix Rising. This is my first video channeling in this collective, but there will never be any hashtags because if it finds you, it is for you. You're incredibly intuitive. You have a knowing, incredibly spiritual. You're tapped into the collective. You're most likely, before you rose, before Phoenix Rising, you were a true empath. Most likely a people pleaser. But you have transformed, and you can feel it. I can feel it. We are waking up, and enough is enough. Enough is enough. You are bringing in justice that this collective has never seen before. You are shifting the balance, the scales of justice, while you are rising from 3D to 5D in a way that has been unsurpassed. You have laid dormant in the ashes of grime and muck and experience and yuckiness. If I could swear, oh my gosh, I wish I could, okay? Because that's what I need to do right now with this collective. Just the mud and the muck and the murkiness that you have been through to wake up, to light up, to be reborn. The amount of power you hold is so big and so grand and so vast, and you know it. You have a knowing about this. I can't say it enough. You feel this message. My intention is that if you are feeling this, if you have a physical reaction from what I'm sharing, this is for you. Welcome home, Phoenixes. Welcome home. We are shifting for everyone. We have had enough. We have been quiet long enough. We have been dormant long enough. And as a group, as a collective in these comments,
there is no trophy for lasting long in bed. Who told you that spending 10 hours on top of a woman is an achievement? What exactly have you gained from it? Respect, power, legacy? Nothing.
Let's watch this video. Yahweh gives us men the power to speak life into all things if we follow these 5 steps. Before I give you the 5 steps, you have to understand the history of where you come from, bro, and the power that you have. And I'll take you back to Genesis, where it says, in the beginning, Yah created the heavens and the earth was without form or void. Darkness covered the face of the deep, and the Ruach Elohim, the spirit of God, the breath of God, hovered over the face of the waters. And Yah said, let there be light, and there was light. Then if you swing over to John chapter 1, verse 1, it says, in the beginning was the word, Logos, and the word was with God, and the word was God. I want you to remember that word, bro, Logos. The Most High didn't use his hands to create the world. He used his voice. He used his words. He commanded it. And that word Logos, it doesn't just mean word. It means divine blueprint, a pattern of order, a structure that holds the universe together. And because you were made in his image, your voice carries that weight, that command, and that structure too. So here are 5 steps to activate your Logos, with number 5 being the most important. Number 1, speak order. Don't just think it, say it. You have to declare that order every morning. One of the things that I struggled with was I used to think a lot, but I didn't used to say it out of my mouth. And now I've learned that I have to say things, and I have to declare the things that I'm looking for, and I have to declare it over my business, my life, my finances, my family, everything. Number 2, bless your house. Walk through your house, bro, and literally touch everything and speak life over it, pray over it, speak peace into it. And I know that probably sounds crazy, but I'm telling you that your words have power, and when you believe it, you'll be able to transform what goes on in your house. Number 3, name your season, bro. Just like Adam had the power to name the animals, you need to properly name your season. No, you're not going through hell. You're going through a stage of transfiguration, which means that your outward appearance is becoming visible based on the divine glory that's happening to you within. You are not confused. You are gaining clarity. You are not breaking down. You're going through a breakthrough. You see how naming your season matters? Number 4, get rid of all weak words in your language. I'm not tired. I'm not broke. I'm not struggling. I am a man in training. Number 5, and most important, start with the word. Read a proverb out loud every morning, bro. When I go to the gym, I read a proverb out loud before I start my workout. I don't care who's listening either. You need to allow the Most High's logos to become your language. And if you read it every day, it's going to be embedded in your brain. You're going to be able to speak it out loud. The Most High built with words, so do you. Speak like a builder, because a man who speaks with intention is walking in his divine authority. If you felt this, go ahead and hit the share button and send this to another.
Let's watch this video.
Yahweh gives us men the power to speak life into all things if we follow these 5 steps. Before I give you the 5 steps, you have to understand the history of where you come from, bro, and the power that you have. And I'll take you back to Genesis, where it says, in the beginning, Yah created that.
I've been doing a ton of travel lately, and between
the universe is proud of you, whoever I'm speaking to. And if you're still in that, mindset of, when are things going to change for me, that I'm not talking to you, so keep scrolling. I'm talking to somebody who just recently had this moment of clarity, this aha moment of, this is not where I belong. And I'm basically seeing like somebody like pulling back the curtains and realizing that this whole world is available to them. But the only thing that was keeping them behind the curtain, keeping them hidden, was their perception of this world, their perception of themselves. But it's like the film has been removed. It's like all is out in the open now. Like, you now realize that you're not stuck. You now realize that the only thing that was kind of keeping you back there was illusions, fear, doubt. You were always expecting the worst to happen because that's what you were used to. But when you switched that perspective around and started to expect the best, what you deserve, and realized that the best is what you deserve, things started to turn around for you. Basically, it's like walking up to your throne and taking the throne and realizing that you're worthy of that throne, putting your crown on and straightening it. Not worrying any longer who thinks that you're worthy of it, who, approves of it. Because you approve of it. You approve of yourself. And your guides, the universe, is basically applauding you. Because for somebody as, I don't want to say fucked up, but it's basically what's coming to mind. I mean, you were put through hell. You were drugged through the mud. Bondages, babe. You broke chains. You broke down prison walls. That's what you did. You broke down prison walls that kept you stuck. This work that you've been putting in, it's like realizing now that you don't have to work physically. That the only thing you had to do was work internally, and everything just started to kind of fall into place. I'm really, like I said, I'm really talking to somebody who has done a lot of work. Like, you've really put the work in. And I'm not talking about with your hands. I'm talking about you've put the work in to find that within yourself, to love yourself. Because that was a task within itself. You could have done it. You could have built towers like cake. But when it came to giving yourself love, that was like, oh, I don't know if I'm capable of that. I don't know if I could do that. That was difficult. Breaking down those walls. It was difficult to look yourself in that mirror and find it in yourself to love who you were looking back at. but you're there. You're no longer in this place of everything happens to me. You're no longer in that victim mentality. You're in this power where no matter your circumstances, no matter your situation that you're dealing with, you already know. You have that knowing within that you are good. You know that you are good. Without a shadow of doubt, you know that you are good. I don't think I need to remind you, but from what I just said, not being able to accept yourself, to fully look at yourself and love yourself, to being able to fully know that you are worthy, that you are loved, that you are everything and then some. Hello. Hi. The World card. You've closed out major cycles. Major cycles. That generations and generations and generations before you fought their asses off to do, but failed. But you did. Because you're a fighter. You're a survivor. God said, I know why I chose you. I knew what I was doing when I chose you. But guess what? It is finished. You closed it. You finished it. Next, turning the page. You really need to just wrap your arms around yourself right now and give yourself a hug. Because I'm truly not in fear of anybody. And I'm not saying that to be any whatever, but you are somebody that nobody wants to be in a dark alley with. Like, you do not play. You do not play. But you love so fucking deeply. It was just a struggle for you to balance those two out. But you've done it. And you're focused now. You're focused now on your dreams. You're focused on yourself. Your focus is on what matters. And I'm running out of time. This is the first video that I've ran this long because it has been a long awaited journey. But your focus, your determination, your strength, your willpower is unmatched. And this is your time to rise. But you already know that. I'm not talking to anybody who doesn't already know that. Next. Congratulations. Now go put your feet up because you deserve to take a break. Go rest. It's been a long journey. Welcome home. I love you. The universe is proud of you,
What smart
I'm speaking to. And if you're still in that,
What smart women do when a man pulls away? Let's be honest. When a man starts pulling away, it triggers something. The overthinking kicks in, the overanalyzing starts, and before you know it, you're rereading old texts like you're studying for an exam. But here's the thing. Smart women don't chase, they observe. A smart woman doesn't panic when his energy shifts. She doesn't immediately assume it's her fault or rush in to fix it. She knows that a man distancing himself is not always a sign of rejection. It's a sign of information. and she's emotionally intelligent enough to collect that information instead of emotionally reacting to it. See, when a man pulls away, a smart woman pulls inward, not forward. She doesn't flood his phone with messages, or rearrange her schedule to become more available, or turn herself into an emotional acrobat, trying to win him back. She simply pauses, watches, reflects. Why? Because she knows that emotional consistency is not something that should be negotiated. She understands that a man who's genuinely interested won't leave her guessing. He'll communicate. He'll stay connected. He won't disappear when things get real or when life gets inconvenient. And if he does pull away without clarity or respect, she lets him. Not out of pride, but out of self-respect. She trusts that whatever distance he creates is revealing something about him, about his readiness, and about the emotional space she's dealing with. Smart women use distance as data. Now don't get it twisted. She may care deeply. She may feel the sting of withdrawal. But she doesn't respond with desperation. She responds with discernment. Because a man pulling away is not an invitation to chase. It's a cue to slow down, check in with herself, and reevaluate what she's truly available for. And here's the power move. While he's pulling away, she's pulling up, back into her peace, her priorities, her purpose. She pours into her own world, not to make him jealous, but because that's where her center lives. Eventually, one of two things happens. He comes back with clarity, effort, and consistency, or he stays gone, and she's grateful that space revealed what sweet words tried to hide. Either way, she wins, because smart women don't chase a man's presence. They protect their own energy and trust that the right one won't create confusion. He'll create security. If you feel that truth, please drop a yes in the comments and follow me to see more videos. God bless you. What smart women do when a man pulls away? Let's be honest. When a man starts pulling away, it triggers something. The overthinking kicks in, the overanalyzing starts, and before you know it, you're rereading old.
They discarded you, fam, but hear me out. Hear me out. They discarded you, but when they left, they no longer had your protection. Woo-hoo-wee. Yo, when you first met these people, or when these people first came into your life, they had demons latched onto them. But when they came around you, your light, your powerful light, irritated those demons, and those demons ran. It was like a vampire staring into the sun. Those demons were like, we need to get away from here. We need to get out of here. So those people then, when they came around you, they felt good. Everything was in the clear. A lot of these people, before knowing you, before meeting you, before coming into your life, they were in and out of jail. They were constantly surrounded by gossip, rumors, drama, all that BS. But then they came around you and all of that was in the clear. They were smooth sailing from here on out. And guess what? Oh, I'm going to have to sit down for this one. I'm going to have to sit down for this one. They thought afterwards that it was them blessing you. Because when they came into your life, they started getting raises at work. They started moving up the ladder in life. They started feeling good. And then the Most High was like, I don't need to give my chosen one anything. I'll just give this person some things because the chosen one, my chosen one loves this one. So if my chosen one loves this one, guess what? I'm going to love this one. So I'm going to bless this one because I know that this one is going to take care of my chosen one. So then the Most High started blessing them and giving them things. And these people, when they were around you, at first, very generous, giving you things, loving you, you know, feeling happy because everything's going great. But then they started thinking you were becoming a burden, that you were the problem. You were overbearing. So they needed to get away from you. In fact, they even started threatening you, like, let's see how good you do without me. Not knowing that they're doing good because they're around your light. Hoo-wee! Hear me out, fam. Hear me out, fam. Hear me out, fam. Check this out. So what happened was that then they felt, I could do better. If they were your friends, they were like, I could go around a better group of people. If you were dating them, they were like, I could get somebody way better, way sexier, way smarter, way cooler. So then they discard you. They push you away. They feel good because their battery's fully charged up, not knowing that it was charged up because they were around you, not knowing that they were receiving these blessings because the Most High was blessing them because they were blessing you, the Most High's chosen one. So they started thinking, you know what, I need to get out of here. I need to do better. So then they discard you. And guess what? That light eventually starts dimming, and all those demons that got away from them because of your light now come back to them and latch right back on. Everything starts going to hell afterwards. And they're like, oh my goodness. As a matter of fact, these people are so slow up here that they don't put it together that it's that those demons are coming back and that they were shining because of your light. They start telling themselves, you're doing witchcraft, you're sending them spells. After they were taking care of you and providing for you and being so generous to you that now you're being ungrateful, sending things to them, not knowing that it's not even their karma. It's not their, now some of them is not even their karma. Some of them is just that they were being protected because they were around you. And you're so powerful and so anointed by the Most High that anybody that comes around you is protected. They were under your umbrella. They decided to discard you and kick you to the curb. And then guess what? All those demons came right back to them and they no longer have that protection. Everything they were going through, whether they were in and out of jail, they're back in and out of jail. They're back fighting the law. They're back fighting with bills. They're back fighting with problems. They're back fighting with rumors and old friends and exes and having all this trouble and all these problems. But that's what they wanted. They wanted you gone. And you gone now. And guess what? The Most High's like, man, I was blessing that person that was taking care of you because you loved them, but now they're not around, so I'm going to have to bless you, my chosen one, because by universal law, you came to this earth and to this realm for a mission, to take care of a mission for me. And so I was taking care of the person that was loving you, but they're gone, so I'm going to have to go back to taking care of you. And now you realize that. You came into, oh my goodness, it was me all along. So now you tell yourself, now I'm going to be very careful on who I bring around me. And now I'm going to use these blessings for myself. And the person that discarded you is watching from far, thinking that you're getting demonic help. Woo-hoo, man. You know what, to be honest with you, fam, you're so good, and this is how I know you chosen and you anointed, and this is how I know this video is for you. You're so good. You're so good and so pure-hearted that you're starting to feel sorry for them. See, when they first discard you, you don't feel sorry for them because the lesson you haven't grasped the lesson. When they first discard you, you're like, oh man, they're evil. I wish they get their karma. I wish this, that, and the third, because they left you with little energy. But eventually, when your energy starts coming back, or to some, when your energy came back, you realize that you were the beacon of light the whole time, and now you're feeling good about yourself. You're attracting all this wealth and all this positivity that now you don't care. You don't want their karma. You actually feel sorry for them. And that's when it gets dangerous. Because when you start feeling bad for them, that's when their karma really starts hitting. Their karma doesn't hit them, or their demons don't really attack them when you're mad at them. Because as long as you're mad at them, the demons feel like, yeah, we're beating this person. Ha 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 ha. But when you start elevating and your energy starts coming back and you no longer want them to get karma, you no longer feel anger towards them, you now feel sorry for them because of what they're about to go through. Ho ho! That's when shit hits the fan for them, fam. You hear me? Get ready, fam, because you ain't do anything. All you did was just be yourself. But they no longer have your protection, and they're going to have to deal with that. Love ya. They discarded.
Mississauga and North York ladies are dropping body fat and increasing lean muscle faster than ever with our newly enhanced Rapid Evolution formula with more than 85%.
So I went on a date with a guy tonight, and before you ask, sometimes I do go on dates with guys for research purposes. And he was like, I saw that video that you made where you called your guy friend and you asked him if all men cheat. He's like, I thought that video was really funny. And I was like, oh, thank you. I was like, what do you think? Do you think all men cheat? And he was like, well, no, I don't think all men cheat, but I think a lot of men will play with women's emotions. And I think that women don't really understand that about men. I think that women have a perception of men that is not accurate. He was like, men will lie to you. Men will lie to a woman. They will tell a woman what she wants to hear. And then they'll drop the act. And by the time that they drop the act, the woman is so invested and so naive that she'll overlook the fact that he's a totally different person. This is what he said to me, which I thought was so crazy. So I was like, oh, are you like that? And he was like, I used to be like that when I was younger. And then I dated this woman who broke my heart and who treated me like I was nothing. And it was only in that moment that I realized how it feels to be treated like that. And it occurred to me how I must have made so many women feel in my past. And he says, and these are his words, he said, I think it takes, like, more women need to be like that. They need to be this strong, no nonsense woman who's not afraid to leave men and to hurt men, because that's what really makes men realize what it feels like to be hurt or to be left or to be treated like they're nothing. He said it was only until that woman treated me like I was nothing did I understood what it felt like. Having a daughter doesn't change them. Having a mother or a sister is not going to change the way they treat women. You guys need to wake up to the way that men are, because even they know that they're like this, and they'll pretend like they don't know, but they know. The only thing that even will remotely change them is being treated the same way. I'm not against dating men. I do think you'd be better off if you didn't, but I just went on a date with a man. So I'm not against you dating men. I just think that we need to wake up to the true nature of men, and we need to approach our dating life and our relationships with them accordingly. Okay? I don't think a lot of women understand. They don't want to believe it. Okay? I think they understand. They do not want to believe it. They're like, oh, not all men. This, I'm telling you, it's just the way that they are. Maybe some of them wake up to it, but it's the way that they are to their core. And the only thing that's going to put them into shape is women acting the way that they act. So act the way that they act and treat them the way that they treat us. And before you say, oh, this is a man, he probably was just saying what you want to hear. Girl, I think there are other things that he could have said that probably would have been more in line with what he would think that I'd want to hear. I'm taking everything that he says with a grain of salt, and there were definitely other things that he said that were definitely not what I wanted to hear. So I don't think that was the game plan, but I understand with a grain of salt. But I'm just saying out of his own mouth, out of their own mouths, exactly what I've been saying, because I know it to be true. So I went on a date with a guy tonight, and before you ask, sometimes I do go on dates with guys for research purposes. And he was like, I saw that video that you made where you called your guy friend and you asked him if all men cheat.
Coffee with Vaseline is 1,000 times better than Botox. And today, I'm going to show you why. Not just one, but 3 powerful tips that could change your skin forever. After try this,
with the energy tune in, so that just I had
2 ways to trade. It's like every 2 to 3 months, something happens. Something comes up. 2 ways to trade with. It's like every 2 to 3 months, something happens. Something comes up.
5 types of women that will give you peace of mind in a relationship. Some of you might have to end your relationship after watching this video. This video is for men who wish to live longer and enjoy a peaceful and a romantic relationship and marriage. It's for men who wish to have a partner that will love them unconditionally and grow old with them. If you ever want to have a peaceful relationship and marriage, then look for these 5 types of women we are about to mention in this video. When you find them, even if they are dating, if it's possible, make sure you snatch them to yourself. They are rare to find. Number 1, a woman who is emotionally stable. If you don't want drama in your relationship and marriage, go for women who are matured and emotionally stable. Maturity doesn't really mean age. There are younger women who get matured early, and there are older women who still behave and think like kids. A woman who is emotionally stable can handle difficult situations with grace and maturity. She knows when to talk and when not to talk. She knows what to say and what not to say. She knows how to say what she wants to say respectfully without causing a fight. Women like this are more likely to create a peaceful atmosphere in a relationship. Number 2, a woman who can apologize when she's wrong. It is very rare to find a woman who doesn't like drama, a woman who is ready to say I am sorry when she's wrong. Most women love to argue. They want to twist things and play the victim card. Women love playing the victim card. She knows that she has messed up, but she wants to argue things. She wants to show you what you didn't do right. She wants to blame you for her mistakes. Some will even start crying. They will turn everything around just so you can apologize. Women like this will prefer to drag issues. They prefer to argue and argue rather than apologizing and sorting things out. When you find a woman who is meek and humble, a woman who sees her faults, a woman who is soft and gentle to accept her wrongs and apologize, when you find such a woman, then you found a peace. Having a woman who can apologize when she's wrong and who can forgive when you wrong her is a blessing. There are relationship issues you may never experience when you date such a woman. Number 3, a woman who is accountable to you. Women like this are very rare. It is difficult to find a woman who knows that a man should be the head. It's rare to find a woman who holds her man at high esteem and tells him everything. Most women think that being accountable means being under control. That's very wrong. Being accountable to your man means that you respect him. It means that you have high regard for him. It means that you acknowledge him as the head. It means that you see him as the leader, and you are willing to follow him. Telling your man where you are does not mean controlling. Telling your man what you want to do before doing it does not mean controlling. Taking permission or asking for his advice before taking certain decisions does not mean controlling. It means respect and loyalty. When you find a lady who is willing to be accountable, 70% of your relationship problems are solved. Women like this will always bring peace to the relationship. Number 4, a woman who cannot be gotten by another man. There's nothing as beautiful as having a woman that another man cannot have. There's nothing as sweet as knowing with your full chest that you are with a woman who is disciplined and has nothing to do with other men. Women like this are very rare. If your woman cannot be gotten by money, cannot be gotten by facial looks, cannot be gotten by another man who is interested in her, then you have a gold. If you ever find a lady like this, please lavish her with so much love because she truly deserves it. Women like this are women who are contented with what they have. They are not greedy. They are not one of those ladies who want to taste the waters and sleep around with different men. They are not the ladies that will tell other guys that they are single and searching, whereas they are in a serious relationship. Women like this are okay with one man, and there's nothing you want to offer to them that can make them leave their man. The only reason why women like this will start seeing another man is if her relationship gets toxic and she ends it. Dating a woman like this will save you from a lot of relationship dramas. Number 5, a supportive woman. Believe it or not, 95% women don't sacrifice in their relationships. Most women date because of what they stand to gain. If you think I'm lying, when was the last time your girlfriend sent you money? When was the last time she showed up when you really needed help? When was the last time she took you out on a date and paid the bills? When was the last time she bought you a gift? Look around your house. How many gifts have you received from her, and how many have you given to her? Most women don't really commit themselves in their relationship. It's not about having so much money. It's about having the heart to give, to sacrifice, and to be visible in your partner's life. When you find a woman who is willing to sacrifice, who is willing to give her best to the relationship, then you found a partner, not a parasite. In summary, it's one thing to find a good woman. It's another thing to maintain a good woman. Sadly, most men don't value what they have until they lose it. When you find a woman who has these qualities, cherish her, take good care of her. This will encourage her to uphold her good qualities. Don't treat a woman badly and expect her to be an angel to you. It doesn't work that way. The field is greener on the other side because someone else is nurturing it. Stop going outside to look for what you can find inside. Nurture what you have before you lose it. Have you met a lady with these qualities before? Share your experience in the comment section down below. If you are not following me, you may not see me again. Like and follow this page for more amazing contents like this. 5 types of women that will give you peace of mind in a relationship. Some of you might have to end your relationship after watching this video. This video is for men who wish to live longer and enjoy a peaceful and a romantic relationship.
I got pulled over by a cop because my hair was too blinding for the other drivers. So here's my summer routine for frizz.
What are you pretending not to know? Ooh. First one, where she lives.
Raw.
Sus. What are you pretending not to know?
Where she lives. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next, my sneaky link, who I'm in love with, has notes of his ex on his PC. Not even phone, iPad, PC.
That's them hidden folders. Oh,
Man wanted to
and she's
archive the
pretending not to know.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
It is brutal. It is brutal. That my colleague's husband is on Tinder asking for hardcore bondage with randoms. That's what she gets for heating up fish in the office microwave.
Raw! Bondage with randoms. How does she know that?
Because clearly she
matched.
She's on Tinder, seeing the
And
thing.
she matched up?
Yeah, she clearly
Or
matched.
it's just in his bio?
Yeah, maybe some. I don't know.
That's extreme for the bio.
That would be extreme for bio.
But I guess he doesn't want to waste time.
Fair, straight to the point.
Yeah, if I was married and I've just got like a secret Tinder account, I don't want to waste time with chit chat.
I need
this
you
is
to
what
know
I'm
what
into.
about.
Yeah, it's what I'm into. Surely there's better apps than Tinder that you can use for that kind of stuff.
Probably. The fact that both my mum and dad have slept with my sister's friends. You heard what I said, bro. Both mum and dad have slept with my sister's friends.
Sister's friends are some freaks. Sister's friends are some freaks.
That's crazy, bro.
Damn.
That's crazy, bro.
Their daughter's brethrens.
That's crazy, bro.
That is crazy.
Yep.
That's one of the craziest things I've heard.
Yep. Both parents have banged my sister's friends. Wow.
Yeah, that's scary.
Wow.
Because who do you look up to in your life? Who's a role model in your
There's
life?
nobody anymore.
Everyone's out for themselves.
Facts. No one cares about the surname anymore.
Yeah.
No one cares
surname,
about the
facts.
household.
Yeah,
You clearly
yeah.
don't. That my dead sister's ex is coming to the funeral with his sighting. It's that snort that sweetened me.
Oh. Damn.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's his main. I'm assuming it's his main now.
Oh, now, yeah. Due to unforeseen circumstances.
Imagine getting promoted under those circumstances.
Yeah. Bro.
Wifey's
6 feet under your you're up now.
Wifey's officially charged.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're up.
Yeah.
And she's like, fair.
Yeah, fair.
Any holes of gold kind of situation.
It's peak. It's peak. Next one. That my boyfriend still keeps pictures of naked women on his phone. I'll be leaving him this year.
What? She's like relying on him financially or something.
Who knows, bro? She said, I'll be
leaving him this year.
Yeah.
She's lying. She's lying, bro.
My man's cheating on me. I know exactly who the girl is. The D's too good to leave, though.
Oh.
I know exactly who the girl is.
But the pipe's too good.
Pipe is just crazy.
So if I have to share it, I'll share it.
Sharing is caring. I have to. Because I ain't nothing like this before.
I can be told that about my dick. Guys have a certain level of ego that they shouldn't be told stuff like that.
I ain't nothing like this before. I can't share.
I can't leave.
Mad.
I can't leave. Promise you now, a girl couldn't tell me that. I know you're cheating on me. I even know who she is.
Yeah.
But that thing?
Don't worry, I'm not leaving.
I'm not going anywhere.
We're banging. Wherever we are, we're banging then.
Oh!
I'll be so hard.
Fam?
I'll be so hard.
But that'll be the day I mess up. I'm not in like 4 seconds that day because I'm too... The information's too much.
Too much for me.
Yeah.
Information overload.
Yeah. Then she just gets dressed and walks out.
Facts.
Packs her bags and walks out.
Yeah, she's had enough now.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. My uncle's other family, they'll find out at the funeral.
Jesus.
Wow. My uncle stole 200 euros from my nan the day she became a widow.
Oh! Family stuff is too much, man.
Bro, my boss gave my ex-wife HIV.
Wait. I heard HIV and ignored everything prior.
My boss gave my
ex-wife
HIV.
And he's pretending he doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Ah.
That my mum is sneaking married men in our house whilst we sleep.
Yo!
Oh my days.
What? Whilst we sleep.
My mum is sneaking in married men.
How do you know they're all married, bro? How do you know they're all
The
married,
youths have
bro?
done due dill.
Oh, do deal, bro. Oh, that's jarring.
Oh my God.
Who do I look up to?
Bro, again
with
same
this.
question. No role models. that my best friend is pregnant by our other friend's boyfriend. That's a treacherous circle.
This is all cheats and lies.
All cheats, all lies. What are you pretending not to know? First one, where she lives.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for $160,000. If you're looking to get money you're owed for an injury, I want you to imagine you and your family getting that money, because I know a way how that can happen. Now, if you thought about hiring a lawyer before, but you didn't because you were unsure how to go about it, or you had reservations, it's not your fault. You may have been given no guidance and couldn't get an answer about how much money your case could be worth. I want you to capitalize on a limited opportunity that could potentially have you cashing out. This opportunity won't.
The verse of the day says, surrender your understanding. Let go of the need to control every outcome. Lean into the one who sees what you can't. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Proverbs 3:5. There are moments in life when nothing makes sense, when your plans fall apart, doors close, and the path ahead seems hidden in fog. That's when this verse becomes more than words. It becomes a lifeline. God is not asking you to figure everything out. He's asking you to trust Him completely. Your understanding is limited, but God sees the full picture, past, present, and future. When you lean on Him instead of your fears or logic, you step into divine peace, direction, and strength. Trust is not weakness, it's bold faith that says, even when I can't see it, I know God is working. Let go of the pressure to have all the answers. Release the need to control the outcome. God is faithful, unshakable, and always on time. When you put your heart fully in His hands, He will lead you exactly where you need to be. You don't have to know the way, just trust the one who is the way. The verse of the day says, surrender your understanding.
Put lemon juice on watermelon. Pharmacies don't want you to know this because they would lose many customers. All you need is a few pieces of watermelon, half a raw beet, the juice of 1 lemon, and a glass of water. Blend everything in a blender for a few minutes until you get a smooth mixture. This powerful juice helps prevent and eliminate kidney stones, reduces inflammation in the body, and detoxifies the liver. It deeply cleanses the body, improves circulation, and regulates blood pressure. Additionally, it enhances your skin's natural tone and glow. Natural, affordable, and truly effective. Put lemon juice on watermelon. Pharmacies don't want you to know this because they would lose many customers. All the book actually is.
They're not listening to help you, they're listening to judge you, compete with you, or betray you. Every time you open your mouth, you invite opinions, assumptions, and attacks that you never asked for. You think sharing your plans, your struggles, or even your blessings is harmless. It's not. It's dangerous. The more people know about your life, the more power they have to manipulate it. That's why the most powerful people move in silence. The enemy can't attack what he can't see. The devil studies patterns, not feelings. He needs data. And too many people hand him a map with their own words. Samson didn't fall because of brute force, he fell because he couldn't keep his mouth shut. Delilah didn't win with strength. She won with questions. Judges 16 says she pressed him daily with her words and urged him, until finally he gave up the secret of his strength. That's what people do. They press you, they probe, they pretend to care, and you give them the very information they'll use to destroy you. And then you wonder why everything keeps falling apart. You wonder why your relationships collapse, your dreams stall, your peace disappears. It's because you've made your life a public buffet for people who were never meant to dine. Learn this now. Silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. Proverbs 17 verse 28 says, even a fool is considered wise when he keeps silent. Your silence will protect your vision. Your privacy will preserve your peace. Look at Joseph, he shared his dream too early, and what happened? His own brothers threw him in a pit. That's what happens when you trust the wrong ears with divine information. Not everyone is equipped to carry what God is doing in your life. Some are only in your circle to sabotage it. That coworker who just wants to hear how you're doing? She's not curious, she's collecting ammunition. That friend who asks for updates? He's secretly competing. The enemy often wears familiar faces. That's why Jesus said in Matthew 7 verse 6, "Do not give what is holy to dogs." You're giving sacred parts of your life to people who will tear them apart and then blame you for the bleeding. The truth is, your oversharing is not honesty, it's insecurity. You talk because you're uncomfortable with stillness, or you crave validation, or you're afraid of being misunderstood. But God never asked you to be understood, He asked you to be faithful. When Nehemiah was rebuilding the wall, he didn't explain his plans to everyone. He said in Nehemiah 2 verse 12, "I told no one what my God had put in my heart to do." That's strategy. That's spiritual maturity. That's survival. You can't build and explain at the same time. You can't heal and perform for the crowd. You can't grow and appease curious onlookers. Some things have to be developed in silence. Some battles are won in secret. Some prayers are answered in the shadows, not the spotlight. The price of loose lips is heavy. You lose time fixing rumors you started. You lose energy defending decisions that should have been kept private. You lose trust because people start to see you as unstable. Even worse, you lose divine momentum because you gave away what was still in seed form. Ecclesiastes 3 says there's a time to speak and a time to be silent. Most people never learn the second part. That's why their lives are chaotic. That's why their breakthroughs are delayed. That's why they keep cycling through the same disappointments, because they keep making announcements God never told them to make. So here's your challenge. Shut the door. Stop explaining. Stop broadcasting. Stop announcing your every move. Let people wonder. Let them guess. Let them talk. You weren't called to be understood, you were called to be effective. Privacy is not secrecy, it's sacredness. It's alignment with the God who sees in secret and rewards openly. Learn to protect what God is doing before the enemy learns how to kill it. Because the truth is simple, if you don't learn to keep your mouth shut, you'll keep opening doors to destruction. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear.
Secure masculine men are going to be looking for alignment, not chemistry. Chemistry is important, having a connection is important, but they're not going to attach or become exclusive with a woman who doesn't have alignment with them. So what is alignment? Alignment is where your values, morals, lifestyle, beliefs, and how your energy align. So here are some questions that men are going to be asking themselves in the dating process. And this is also why secure men use a slow burn. Some secure men will text you every single day. Some may not. They may text you every couple days in the beginning stages, but they're always going to be looking to build in-person moments with you and see you in person, because the only way that they can assess for alignment is if you're actually hanging out in person. So here are some questions that men are going to ask themselves that I also want you to start asking yourself so that you can start to look for alignment with the man that you're dating too. You ready? Number 1, does she accept me and try not to change me? Number 2, does she support my goals and my vision, or is she trying to distract me? Number 3, does she accept what I can provide? Number 4, does she need me? See, here's the caveat. Men want to be needed, as in he wants to be able to provide encouragement, support. He wants to be useful. He wants to be helpful. He doesn't want to be needed in the terms of like to meet all of your emotional needs, to save you from your life or to make you feel happy. But men definitely want to be needed. Okay? Number 5, is she genuinely happy with her life, or is she going to expect me to rescue her? Right? Number 6, does she respect me? That's a big one. We'll do some TikToks on just a matter of respect, because you got to be able to respect men. Next, can she be herself? Is she authentic? Is she her real, raw, vulnerable self? Is she in her head trying to perform and scheme, be a chameleon? Or is she a real person? And is she willing to be that real person? Next, can she communicate? I'm doing a whole series on communication. If you're not following me, follow me. I'm going to help you out with communication because that is key, okay? And last, can we have fun together? Men, secure, healthy men attach through building moments. He wants to know that the person you are today and how you hang out today is who you're going to be in the future. He's gauging who you're going to be in 5 or 10 years based on who you are right now. So when you can get out of your head, stop focusing on, does he like me? Am I pretty enough? Am I fit enough? Am I all of this enough? You know, is he interested? And start being in your body to say, how do I feel with this person? How can I have fun with this person? You know, and just build moments of fun. It's going to be a game changer. Secure masculine men are going to be looking for alignment, not chemistry. Chemistry is important. Having a connection is important, but they're not going to attach or become exclusive with a woman who doesn't have alignment with them. So what is alignment? Alignment is where your values, morals, lifestyle, beliefs, and how your energy align. So here are some questions that men are going to be asking themselves in the dating process. And this is also why secure men use a slow burn. Some secure men will text you every single day. Some may not. They may text you every couple days in the beginning stages, but they're always going to be looking to build in-person moments with you and see you in person, because the only way that they can assess for alignment is if you're actually hanging out in person. So here are some questions that men are going to ask themselves that I also want you to start asking yourself so that you can start to look for alignment with the man that you're dating too. You ready? Number 1, does she accept me and try not to change me? Number 2, does she support my goals and my vision, or is she trying to distract me? Number 3, does she accept what I can provide? Number 4, does she need me? See, here's the caveat. Men want to be needed, as in he wants to be able to provide encouragement, support. He wants to be useful. He wants to be helpful. He doesn't want to be needed in the terms of like to meet all of your emotional needs, to, you know, to save you from your life.
Want $10,000 to
look at all these shits in reverse. Yeah, this motherfucker, I mean, obviously, I can definitely tell he's doing magic on you. But it's just not working. Like, he's trying his hardest to like get you to be stuck to him, trying to get you to be stuck in the past, but he can't. You know? Why we had the 10 of Pentacles in reverse? Why we got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse? Yeah, this person could have been saying like, oh, we going to do this. When you was with this person, we going to have a happy family. We going, you know, live a happy life, this, that. And it was just all bullshit. It was all bullshit.
I pray for anyone under the sound of my voice this new month of July. As you step into this new month, may heaven go ahead of you. The doors that refuse to open before, may they swing wide in July. I declare, you will not enter this month empty-handed. Every battle you fought in June ends here. Every delay, every closed door, every silent disappointment, it is broken by the power in the name of Jesus. This month of July, may God give you a new song, a testimony that will silence your mockers, a blessing that will erase your pain, an opportunity that will rewrite your story. I prophesy your name will be mentioned for good. You will receive favor in strange places. This month will answer to your voice. Your helpers will locate you without delay. I cancel bad news. I silence the voice of the enemy, and I cover you and your family with the blood of Jesus. July will not waste your time. It will deliver your destiny. You will testify. You will rejoice. You will be celebrated. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Type. July is my month of favor and open doors. Share this prayer and invite someone to start this new month under divine covering. Let's command July together on prayer ground.
You will never have a loyal partner until you realize this. If someone wants you in their life, they would do anything to keep you in. And if they don't want you in their life, absolutely nothing you do or say would change their mind. When two people truly care for each other, they always find a way to make it work, no matter how hard it is. The sad truth is that so many people are in love, but not together. And so many people are together. True love is when you don't know why you're attracted to that person. The past cannot be changed, edited, or erased. It can only be accepted. If you love somebody, let them go. For if they return, they were always yours. If they don't, they never were. If you want to grow every day, this is the right time to join us on our journey to achieve greatness. You will never have a loyal partner.
Two Kathys in here.
This is a prayer of deliverance from every evil shackle holding you back into a new life of favor, abundance, and multiple levels of grace. Get ready to receive signals from the throne of God that will guide you into destiny. Don't just watch, pray with me, decree with me. Your shift is now, breaking evil shackles in your life. Be in the attitude of prayer and prayer with me now. Father, in the name of Jesus, I come before your throne of mercy and fire. I break every evil chain that has tied me down, chains of delay, stagnation, fear, lust, confusion, depression, and defeat. Let every invisible prison holding my spirit break now. Every satanic agreement made against my life, whether spoken in secret or written in darkness, I cancel it now by the blood of Jesus. I reject every generational curse. I disconnect from the bloodlines of failure, and I align myself with the bloodline of Christ. Isaiah 49:24-25. Shall the prey be taken from the mighty? Yes, says the Lord, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away. For I will contend with those who contend with you. O Lord, contend with those who contend with me. Let every shackle of witchcraft, every rope of manipulation, every net of the serpent be cut off by holy fire. Say this with me. I am not a slave to fear. I am not tied to darkness. I am a child of light. Every invisible battle ends now. In the name of Jesus, amen. You are entering into a new life of favor. Pray with me. Lord, I receive a fresh beginning. Let this be my Genesis moment. I step out of the ashes and walk into your glory. Let your favor go before me like a shield. Psalm 5:12. Surely, Lord, you bless the righteous. You surround them with your favor as with a shield. Father, surround me with favor in my family, my finances, my health, my relationships, my dreams. Let doors open without struggle. Let heaven back every step I take. I declare, this is my season of divine access. Where others are rejected, I'll be selected. Where others are ignored, I'll be remembered. Where others are forgotten, I'll be honored. I wear the garment of Joseph, a coat of many favors. I walk into rooms I never qualified for. I sit at tables built by heaven, not by man. This is for multiple levels of grace. Say, Father, I don't want to remain on one level. I ask for ascending grace. Grace to move from glory to glory, strength to strength, from battle to breakthrough, from grace to greater grace. 2 Peter 3:18. But grow in grace and in the knowledge of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Lord, teach me how to grow in grace. Let this not just be a moment, but a movement in my life. Let grace overtake me, grace to say no to sin, grace to walk in wisdom, grace to speak boldly, to shine brightly, to move fearlessly. Every level I was afraid of before I now conquer. Every height I thought was unreachable, I now touch it by grace, receiving throne signals from heaven. Say, Father, open my ears to divine frequency. Let me hear the throne signal. When to move, when to wait, when to speak, when to be still. Like Elijah heard the sound of abundance before it came, Lord, help me hear the sound of grace before the miracle arrives. Give me divine downloads in my sleep. Give me prophetic insight in my spirit. Let the whispers of heaven guide my every decision. Isaiah 30:21. And your ears shall hear a word behind you saying, this is the way, walk in it. I receive clarity, direction, and divine intelligence. No more confusion, no more wasted time. From now on I move in rhythm with the throne of God. Final declaration, step into it. Now say this boldly. I am delivered, I am favored, I am growing in grace. I receive throne signals every day. I move from glory to glory, level to level, light to light. This is my new season. This is my time. This is my testimony. Share this prayer with someone you love. Save it. Repeat it. Let it be your weapon. Follow Throne Signal for more prophetic prayers and divine guidance straight from the throne of grace, because your next level is waiting. This is a prayer of deliverance from every evil shackle holding you back into a new life of favor, abundance, and multiple levels of grace. Get ready.
Quebec City is my favorite stop when I'm on tour. After a show, I like to relax and unwind. Enjoy life's simple pleasures. Take in the scenery. Sometimes, I even step out of my comfort zone. I make sure to savor the moment. Oh, and treat myself to a little souvenir. It's where I
Being chosen sounds beautiful until you start living it. Here are 17 real things nobody tells you about being chosen, and how to rise from every single one. 1. You feel like you never belonged, not even as a child. But that's because your spirit was never meant to blend in. It came to stand out. Your family misunderstood you. You weren't the black sheep. You were the awake one in a family still dreaming. 3. You were betrayed by people you loved most. So you could learn that real love doesn't come from others, it's birthed inside you. Or you carry pain that isn't even yours. Because you're here to break generational curses, not repeat them. 5. You've walked through depression, addiction, even near death. So you could rise and guide others out of the same darkness. 6. People envy you for no reason. It's not you. It's the light in you that irritates their demons. 7. You isolate yourself often, because your energy is sacred, and your spirit knows when to retreat to recharge. 8. You feel everything too deeply. That's the gift of empathy. It hurts, but it's also what gives you your power to heal others. 9. You've cried yourself to sleep more times than you can count, but every tear watered the seeds of your strength. 10. People think you're crazy, too intense, too deep. But the truth is, they just don't understand someone who speaks from the soul. 11. You face spiritual attacks in silence, but every one of them only made your spirit sharper and your prayers stronger. 12. You lost everything at least once, because God needed to rebuild you without the attachments that were killing your soul. 13. You get spiritually tired, but your rest is sacred. Even warriors have to lay down their sword sometimes. 14. You get judged for your light. But remember, the brighter you shine, the more shadows you'll expose. 15. You question your path a lot, but somehow every time you fall, God pulls you back and whispers on keep going. 16. You feel lonely even around people, because your soul vibrates higher than the conversations around you. 17. You feel like nobody sees the real you, but God sees you. Every scar, every silent battle, every tear you never spoke about. Now listen closely. You weren't chosen because you're perfect. You were chosen because you didn't quit. Because even with a shattered heart, you kept loving. Even with a broken past, you kept showing up. Even in the dark, you held on to the light. You rise from all of this by remembering who walks with you, by turning your pain into purpose, by waking up every day and saying, I was built for this. This is not the end of your story. This is just your activation. Thank you for following us at Awakening the Empaths, where we keep it real, raw, and authentic. Being chosen sounds beautiful until you start living it. Here are 7.
Your son, your husband, your life, it's all mine now.
Even that mansion of yours that's worth millions is ours now. As for you, spend your $100 and stay out of our sight.
What's the rush? You've prepared such an amazing surprise for me. Now it's my turn to return a gift for you. Bring it up, please.
Thanks, babe, for making me a dad.
But yeah, send me a message.
I appreciate the strive for someone.
Your son, your husband, your life, it's all mine now.
Even that mansion of yours that's worth millions?
Or that.
I think I gotta take another shot. I think I fell in love with a thought. The dog Julio got me hot. I think I'm busting or whatnot. I think I'm busting or whatnot. Tryna get the fucking or whatnot. I ain't with the fussing or whatnot. Tryna have you cussing or whatnot. I'm tripping on the yacht. I'm tripping on the yacht. I'm tripping on the yacht. I'm tripping on the yacht.
A man made a post and it says 80% of single women are no longer interested in dating. They're not even trying. A man made a post and it says 80% of single women are no longer interested in dating. They're not even trying. Why is this the case? And he specifically said women only. The comment section is truly heartbreaking. One person said, they don't add anything to my life. They just take away the joy. Another person said, we are tired, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Someone says, it's not worth disrupting my peace. Another person said, because after my last situation, I learned that if a man can't offer emotional safety, accountability, and basic respect, he doesn't get access to me ever again. Someone else said, me personally, I've accepted that this generation isn't for me, maybe in the next life. This is the one that actually made me tear up a bit. This person said, because they all hurt me, either with hands or with words. Another person said, my nervous system cannot take another toxic relationship. Abusers and emotionally unavailable men are rife right now. I can't heal again just to be destroyed. I can't heal again just to be destroyed. Another person underneath that said they hate us. Someone said, what's the point? All they do is use us. Another person says, I think we're tired of the games. Someone says, sometimes you get to a buffet, you realize the choices are such poor quality that honestly, you'd rather just eat at home. Another person said, anytime I get close to someone, they prove to me that I'm better off alone. Another person said, because it's safer and less stressful to be single. Another person said, it's not good for my mental health. It causes so much anxiety. Another person said, men today think they are entitled, worthy and deserving without earning or trying. Women are their maids, their bookkeepers, their babysitters, their chefs, their personal shoppers, and everything else in between. Us women go unappreciated and truly loved too often while it's expected to be given all day, every day to a man without question. Another person said, because even guys who are 35 and above still aren't emotionally stable. Another person said, I'm 50. Whatever years I have left, I will be in therapy healing from decades of trauma from men. I barely escaped with my life. If I date, it's basically Russian roulette at this point. And this one, lack of emotional effort, mixed signals, and lying for no reason. Someone said, the last time it almost killed me. I'm good. Another person said, I'm tired of giving my all and ending up broken. It's safer on your own, no one to let you down. These are just some of the comments, and it's truly heartbreaking to read them. You know, I don't think some of y'all understand what you're doing to people. Like you have shut people off so much that they don't trust anyone, and that's truly sad. A man made a post and it says 80% of single women are no longer interested in dating.
Ladies, you cannot fight with the man's ego unless you're willing to sacrifice your relationship or your man. Because a man, when it comes to his ego, will be willing to lose everything. It doesn't matter what it is. Finances, house, car, status, even access to his own children. He will walk away from it all. But he will not let you win a battle of ego. That's not pride. That's programming. You see, men are wired to protect their sense of identity, their respect, their role, their manhood. It's not a game for them. And when a woman tries to challenge that, tries to match his energy, compete with him emotionally, dominate the relationship, what she's really doing is trying to be the man. And let me say this as clearly as possible. There can only be one man in a relationship. The other one will either walk out or slowly fade into silence, emasculated, bitter, and broken. We have created a generation of women who have been told never settle, be the boss, never let a man have the last word. But here's what no one tells you. The moment you try to fight your man the way you'd fight another woman, you have already lost. Because a man does not argue to win. He argues to defend who he is. You push him far enough and he won't cry, beg or plead. He will switch off. And once a man emotionally shut down, you are no longer in a relationship. You are living with a ghost. Some women say he changed. No, he didn't change. He adjusted. He adapted to survive. Ladies, you can.
White people can identify 500 dog breeds, but we get 2 black co-workers mixed up.
Bro, oh, fam, did I ever tell you? Did I ever tell you, bruv? We were in a team meeting one time at my job.
I'm sweating.
And we had this arsehole manager, bruv. Yeah. And we had to go get in this huddle. And it was me and one other black. I've definitely told you before.
I can't stop laughing.
Fam, he got us all together. Yeah. And it was me and one other black guy.
Yeah.
He looked nothing like me. Oh, dreads.
He had dreads.
He had dreads, everything. Oh, man said it. we were doing the manager's meeting.
Yeah.
Go through, he's talking. How about my man, his name's Neil, Wasteman. He goes, guys. Pointed at me and he goes, cool run-ins.
He did what?
Fam? He said, guys, cool run-ins.
He got the attention of the whole school or whatever.
Attention of the whole office and said, oh wait, guys.
Quick joke ting.
Quick, before they move. Cool run-ins.
Before they separate. Cool run-ins. Ah, HR is the R I'll be speaking.
Bro.
What? Nah,
Bro,
you've never told me that.
I couldn't repeat it. Because obviously the next answer is, so when was his funeral? Because I stood there, I was like, I can't do anything. Because I need this job.
Cool
run-ins.
Yo, quick, before they separate. Quick joke.
Cool run-ins, brother.
What did the other brothers say or do?
In fact, we looked at each other.
And he's just, one of them ones just held it like,
run-ins.
I need this pee.
We both need this pee.
Wow, you've never told me that
before.
The
other brother's called Michael. He got sacked like a week later. I'm surprised he didn't come find Neil, just thump him up.
Oh my goodness. That's treacherous. White people can identify 500 dog breeds.
Long term, that's not what a man wants. A man doesn't want a girl that's just going to be naked all the time and put herself out there available for every man to see. You know, that I don't have to be a man to know that that's not what men want. Yeah. So then you say men suck, and I ask this question all the time. You complain about men, but are you being the type of a woman that a man would want? So yeah, you can get guys sliding in your DM. You can get guys telling you look good. You can get guys that want to sleep with you. How many of these people actually get guys that want to stay with you? Right? Are not in somebody else's DM. The same way that you found him is the same way he's going to find somebody else.
Oh, Lord.
You want to know why our grandparents stayed together? Because they weren't looking at ass cheeks all day on Instagram and refreshing it and going, oh, well, that girl looks younger, that girl looks better, that girl's face tuned, you know, and I think that is what these young women that they're following are telling them. So the society is ill. It's not normal, right? Don't let these people convince you that that's normal. That's cancer, and that cancer will become contagious to you if you accept that and you don't follow a better role model. Long term, that's not what a man wants.
You have a lot of people terrified and nervous because, one, you cannot be controlled. When people lose control, they feel like they are powerless. They feel like they cannot tell you what to do. They feel like they cannot, call the shots in your life. So a lot of times people will be terrified of you because they cannot control you. Either they never could or they cannot anymore, right? So watch how people move when they see that you are uncontrollable. Once again, it's not to say anything to where you're reckless or you're moving crazy. It's simply that you make your own choice. You make your own decision. If you're not with something, you're not going to be with it, and nobody's going to tell you otherwise, right? Another reason, a second reason why you have a lot of people terrified out here is because people see that you are a go-getter. All right, you do not stay dormant in your own life. You're not waiting for a miracle to fall in your lap. You're actually going out here, you're making things happen, right? Especially when you come from the mud or from hard times, trying times, people see that no matter what, you still have that go-getter spirit well intact to where they can't really intercept that. There's nothing they could really do to, you know, stop you from chasing what you want to chase. So definitely you'll have a lot of people terrified because they cannot stop your hustle. You know, they cannot. They've tried. Of course, you've seen people try, but it's not going to work. And it isn't going to work because you're very dedicated. You know, you're very focused as well. Another reason why people are terrified of you is because you are strong-willed, right? So it's like you're not about to just take whatever type of treatment. You're not about to just bow or, you know, be weak, feeble. You're not going to move like that. You're going to move like you know who you are. You know, you're going to move like, listen, you know, I'm a strong person. I'm not with the drama. All right. If people come at you, you're standing tall type of thing, right? So it's like people are not going to be able to really sway you or scare you. And inadvertently, it starts to scare them. All right. So that's one of the reasons, too, why you terrify people, because you're very strong-willed. You're not going to back down from nothing. Right. It's not to say that you're getting at people in this way, but it's to say that if trouble comes, you know, you stand up. Right. You don't cower. You don't fold. You're there. You're going to deal with the issue, whatever the issue might be. Right. Another reason why people are terrified is because you do not go with the herd. You do not go with the majority. You don't care about what the majority is doing. You're not ignorant to it. You could see what's happening. You could see the trends. You could see what people are into, but maybe you're not into none of that, right? So that will terrify people because they're probably going to start wondering, like, what are we all following then? You know, they're not going the way that we all go. So what are we all following? Should we be following? What is this, right? So you have people second guessing, like, you know, like, what's so special about you? Like, why are you not going with all of us? We have a herd of us. We're safer. We're safer in numbers. That's what they say. But you'll terrify people when they see that, no, like, you'll be the lone wolf. You have no problem at all staying away from everybody else, isolating yourself, not being sad while you're in isolation, but having more of an you know, like a very positive spirit about it. You know, like you have your moments of isolation. You have your moments of staying away from the herd, staying away from the majority, not really with what they're with, right? So what happens? So another reason why you might terrify people as well is because you're real. I mean, like, I'm telling you, the planet that we're living on is a planet of fakeness. All right. I mean, the planet is beautiful, but it's the people on the planet. Not everybody moves real like you. Not everybody has that real mindset, real intentions, good intentions, right? Some people just feel like they want to, some people just are clout chasers. You know, they want to seek clout. That's all they go for. That's what they live for. So that's how they move, right? Their moves match what they want. So you'll terrify people when people see, like, nah, you're not with the clout chasing. You don't want to move like that. All right. You have your own style. You have your own flex. You have your own way of getting across. All right. You don't care about who's watching, who's looking. You don't really care about, like, who's going to say something about it, say something negative about it, talk down to it. You keep it real. That will terrify people who are not keeping it real with themselves. A lot of people, you know, they have to put a lot of work in to keep up various facades. And you don't have to do that, right? And so people will feel kind of like afraid of you because they see that, wow, no, he lives his best life, his most realist life. She's not with what everybody else is with. She will keep it real down to the bone. Like, she's not playing around. And so, yes, all of these reasons will lead people to be afraid of you, be terrified of you, they're going to be terrified because you're just one of a kind. All right. And of course, you're not seeking to be terrifying, right? But oftentimes people are going to be put off by you, wanting to stay away from you, feeling, icky about you, because you have a lot of these qualities or tendencies that they're just not used to seeing or not used to having to accept as well. Keeping in mind, if you're a real one, they have to accept it, right? This is not a facade. This is you. This is who you really are. All right, everybody? You have a lot of people.
Let's be real, everyone's favorite part of their workday is when they can go grab their favorite afternoon pick-me-up. I'm partnering with Starbucks this summer to showcase my go-to 3 p.m. pick.
Once again, I need you to listen with your ears and not your triggers, because what I'm about to say is going to stir something up, but it's not you I'm stirring, it's your resistance. It's the part of you that doesn't want to hear this, because your wounds have gotten very comfortable blaming someone else for the pain. But what if they're not the reason? What if I told you they didn't break your heart, you did? And that's not shame, that's power. Because if you broke it, then you can heal it. Here's why. When a relationship ends, we act like something was stolen from us. But what you're really grieving is not them. It's the version of you that existed when you were with them. The version that felt seen, wanted, chosen. You're mourning the identity that you felt safest in. You're mourning a dream that gave you a role to play in someone else's future. That dream, it was never guaranteed. That's the heartbreak. You're not suffering the past, you're suffering the collapse of what was supposed to happen next. The wedding or the home, the growing old together. It wasn't love that broke you, it was the fantasy that came with it. And what you really did was this, you cathected. Cathexis is a psychological term when we invest deep emotional energy into someone, something, or some future vision. You didn't just love them, you infused them with meaning. You built stories around them. You charged them with hope, with safety, with healing. And when that dream ended, you were still emotionally entangled in it. That's why it hurts so much. Because the dream collapsed and you never pulled yourself out of the rubble. And that's where decathexis comes in. Decathexis is the process of taking that energy back, not just letting go of the person, but retrieving the parts of you that were still stuck inside the rubble of what could have been. You don't need closure, you need decathexis. You need to unhook from the illusion, not because you never cared, but because you can't keep bleeding over a future that never happened. That's how you stop breaking your own heart. So many of us were not just grieving a partner, we were grieving the unmet needs that we carried since childhood. The longing to be chosen, to feel safe, to feel enough. And when someone came along and made us feel that, even for a little while, we didn't just fall in love with them. We fell in love with the idea that maybe the wound was finally healing. And for many of us, there's another layer. We're not just mourning the person or the dream, we're also subconsciously mourning the time we invested, time we think we'll never get back, time we now feel was wasted. But let me tell you, it wasn't wasted, because now you know more than you did when you began. And that's not failure, that's data. And you have a choice. You can let that experience live in your mind as information, or you can store it in your heart as disturbance. But disturbance will close you. Information will grow you. Use it. Use it to clarify how you want love to feel. Use it to express your standards freely and openly in your next relationship. Because that's how you stop repeating the same pattern and start leading yourself through it. And here's something else I need you to hear. Maybe more than anything else in this whole video. If you get nothing else, take this. The real time waster, it's not the relationship. It's you storing the disturbance, because that disturbance is what's closing you, not them, not what happened. It's the unprocessed pain that you kept because it felt safer than facing it. But that disturbance is robbing you. It's robbing you of presence, robbing you of connection, robbing you of the very thing you say you want, vulnerability, love, and intimacy. And instead of moving forward, here's what happens. That voice starts playing in your head. You're not enough. You're too much. Everyone leaves. They're all the same. All men suck. All women are crazy. These are voices in your head, but you are not those voices. You're the one that hears those voices. And those voices are the wounds left behind by disturbance. Please see this. You are breaking your own heart in these moments, not because of what happened, but because of the story you are still telling yourself about it. And I'm urging you now to resuscitate and resurrect the parts of you that you broke. the parts that you suppressed, the parts that you decided were too much, because those are the pieces that are wasting time now. Not because they're broken, but because they've been buried under the rubble. And I know some people will say, well, they cheated. I lost the house, I lost money, I lost time with my kids. And I get it. It's painful. But you still placed your peace on an outcome. You bet on a person that didn't protect your investment. But here's the truth. The casino doesn't owe you a win just because you walked in with good intentions. You assumed they'd always act in your best interest. You expected the relationship to deliver everything our culture promised it would. Security, intimacy, stability, identity. But that's the setup. We expect modern love to give us what an entire village used to. And when it doesn't, we don't just lose a partner, we lose the scaffolding that we built ourselves on. Don't confuse their betrayal with your worth. Their choice reveals them, not you. And the longer you wait for them to become someone they never were, the more of you give away. If they keep folding the hand, stop playing at their card table. And now you're scared to love again. But you're not scared to love again. You're scared to lose a bet disguised as love. So now you hold back. You love small, you play it safe. But let me say this. Love given as a gift never runs out. Love given as a reward can bankrupt you, especially if you're waiting for it to be returned. And if you're angry it wasn't returned, if it was truly a gift, you wouldn't be mad that it wasn't returned. You would just see clearly they weren't ready to receive it. Love isn't scarce. It's only limited when you turn it into a reward system. Love is not a contract. It is not a performance. Love is a posture. And if you need it to be returned in order to feel whole, then you weren't giving love. You were negotiating safety. So what now? You surrender the script. You let go of the ghost. Letting go doesn't mean you failed. It means you stop clenching a ghost and you stop chasing apologies just to feel peace. Peace doesn't come when they apologize. Peace comes when you stop needing them to. You don't need them to rewrite the story. You need to stop living the one that never came true. Healing isn't about rewriting the story. It's about releasing the script entirely. And when you do, you don't lose your ability to love. You get it back. You don't need to stop loving. You need to stop gambling with people that don't play fair. And the next time you love, don't bet your identity on the outcome. Love because it's who you are, not because you're trying to win. Because here's what will happen if you don't get this. You'll walk back into the emotional casino and you'll only bet the chips that you're not afraid to lose. But those chips, they'll be the safest, smallest parts of you. Meanwhile, you'll keep your real heart locked away. And eventually, you'll bet your identity again. You'll entangle who you are with whether or not someone stays, behaves, or chooses you. And this whole message, this entire video, is trying to show you how to stop doing that. How to love without losing yourself. How to love them freely and shine like the sun. The sun doesn't shine as a reward. It doesn't shine for approval. It doesn't shine impartially. It shines because that's what it does. So shine. Not to earn, not to barter, but just because that's who you are. So before you scroll away, name something, either from your own life or someone you love, that you or they told themselves. A belief you stored as a disturbance after a falling out or a relationship that didn't go the way you wanted it to. Something like, I'm too much. No one ever stays. They're all the same. It's always my fault. That belief didn't just sit there quietly. It started driving. It started shaping what you believed you deserved. So drop in the comments, name the belief, because once you can see the disturbance clearly, you can stop letting it close your heart. And then you can finally move forward. And if you're ready to go even deeper, grab my book, Who's Talking? It's available on Amazon. It's a roadmap to emotional intelligence and self-mastery. Also, I do one-on-one coaching. Also, if you're watching this video, make sure it's the real me. I only follow 2 people, Jeep Chick and Alana. There's a bunch of imposter accounts. Never send me money unless you have FaceTimed me. There's a bunch of fake accounts trying to get people's money, so it's not me. I think that's it. I hope this makes sense. If not, well, sorry I wasted 10 minutes of your life. See you next time. Once again, I need you to listen with your ears and not your triggers, because what I'm about to say is going to stir something up, but it's not you I'm stirring, it's your resistance. It's the part of you that doesn't want to hear this, because your wounds have gotten very comfortable blaming someone else for the pain. But what if they're not the reason? What if I told you they didn't break your heart? You did. And that's not shame, that's power. Because if you broke it, then you can heal it. Here's why. When a relationship ends, we act like something was stolen from us. But what you're really grieving is not them. It's the version of you that existed when you were with them. The version that felt seen, wanted, chosen. You're mourning the identity that you felt safest in.
3 emotional needs that are stronger than love for men. Let's start with a truth no one talks about. Men don't just need love. That word, love, is thrown around so easily that we forget it doesn't automatically fulfill what a man truly longs for deep inside. In fact, there are emotional needs that run deeper than love for men. Needs that, if unmet, can cause even the most loving relationship to feel empty, suffocating, or unfulfilling. A man can be told, "I love you," 100 times and still feel disconnected. Because for many men, love isn't enough unless it meets these 3 core emotional needs. And if you've ever wondered why a man pulls away even when he says he loves you, or why he stays with someone who doesn't say "I love you," but makes him feel something deeper, this video will explain everything. 1. Respect, the oxygen of a man's emotional world. Let's begin with the first and most underrated emotional need that is often stronger than love for men. Respect. You see, for most men, respect is not just a preference, it's oxygen. It's the invisible thread that ties together how a man sees himself and how he connects with others. When a man feels respected, he walks differently. He speaks with more confidence, he shows up for others. But when he feels disrespected, especially by someone he loves, his soul starts to shrink. You might love him, you might even show affection daily, but if he feels belittled, emasculated, or ignored, that love loses its power. A woman can love a man deeply but constantly interrupt him, talk down to him, or dismiss his ideas, and he'll feel smaller every day. Over time, he starts questioning himself. And here's the kicker. A man would rather be alone than be in a relationship where he feels like a joke. Love without respect feels like poison to him. And when he finds someone who sees him, not just as a provider or a protector, but as a man worthy of admiration, it activates something primal. When a woman trusts his judgment, values his opinion, and shows respect in small, consistent ways, it builds a loyalty in him that love alone cannot match. 2. Purpose, the fire that drives him. Now let's talk about something even deeper. Purpose. Love can feel beautiful, even intoxicating, but without purpose, a man will feel lost. Men are wired to move toward meaning, to conquer challenges, to build something that outlives them. It might be his career, his art, his mission, his legacy, but without a sense of purpose, even the most romantic love starts to feel like a distraction. Here's the interesting part. When a man feels that his relationship aligns with his purpose, or at least doesn't compete with it, he flourishes. But when he feels like love is dragging him away from his goals, from who he's meant to become, he begins to silently resent it. That's why you see men leave loving relationships to chase dreams. Not because they didn't love her, but because they were dying inside, feeling like a part of them was being buried. A woman who understands this doesn't have to dim her love. She just needs to support his vision. She becomes a partner in his purpose, not an obstacle. When a man sees that his emotional needs for meaning, mission, and impact are honored in the relationship, he doesn't just love back, he commits with soul. And when he's forced to choose between love and purpose, most men will choose purpose, because without it, he doesn't even feel like a man. 3. Emotional safety, a rare but powerful force. And now the third emotional need that often outweighs love for men, emotional safety. That might sound surprising, right? Because we're told men are stoic, emotionless, not sensitive. But here's what no one tells you. Many men are emotionally starved. They've been trained from boyhood to suppress their feelings, to be tough, to never cry, never appear weak. So when a man finds a place where he can be emotionally safe, where he doesn't have to wear armor, it feels like water in a desert. It's rare, and it's everything. Emotional safety means he can admit his fears without being judged. He can express uncertainty without being mocked. He can be vulnerable without it being thrown back in his face later. Too often, when men open up, they get punished for it. They're called sensitive, dramatic, or weak. So what do? They shut down. They hide. They go silent. But when a woman becomes a safe place, where a man's inner world can exist without ridicule, it creates a bond that is nearly unbreakable. She doesn't need to fix him or rescue him, just hold space. In those rare moments when he says, "I'm not okay," and she says, "It's okay not to be okay," she gives him something stronger than love. She gives him peace. Now think about this. How many men do you know who've walked away from relationships not because there wasn't love, but because they felt constantly disrespected, lost their sense of purpose, or were emotionally unsafe? It happens more often than we realize. And most men don't have the words for it. They don't sit down and say, "Hey, I'm leaving because I don't feel emotionally safe." Instead, they just slowly disappear, or they throw themselves into work, or they shut down emotionally and become someone you barely recognize. Love is not a substitute for these needs. You can't outlove disrespect. You can't outlove a lack of purpose, and you can't outlove emotional disconnection. And here's the truth. When a man finds all three, respect, purpose, and emotional safety, he becomes the best version of himself. He becomes more loving, more committed, more open. Because now love has roots. It's grounded in something real. It's not just emotion, it's nourishment. And if you're a woman watching this, wondering how to connect deeper with the man in your life, don't just ask yourself, "Do I love him?" Ask, "Does he feel respected by me? Do I support his purpose? Can he be emotionally real around me?" And if you're a man watching this, ask yourself if you've been denying your deeper emotional needs in the name of being strong. Because the strongest men aren't the ones who carry it all alone. They're the ones who know what they need and aren't ashamed to seek it. In the end, love is not a finish line. It's a doorway. But what keeps a man walking through that door every day isn't just the word love. It's whether that love is laced with respect, anchored in purpose, and surrounded by safety. That's the kind of love that doesn't just hold a man, it heals him, empowers him, and calls out the king inside him. So remember this, love might start the relationship, but it's these deeper needs that make a man stay. So now you know, respect, purpose, and emotional safety aren't just extras for men, they're the foundation. And without them, love alone won't hold a relationship together. 3 emotional needs that are stronger than love for men. Let's start with a truth no one talks about. Men don't just need love. That word.
Why you should never play mind games with a Sigma empath. When it comes to relationships and emotional intelligence, Sigma empaths are in a league of their own. They are deep thinkers, incredibly intuitive, and fiercely independent. Unlike regular empaths, who may struggle to set boundaries, Sigma empaths are more in tune with themselves and their emotional needs. Attempting to play mind games with them is not only a bad idea, it can backfire in ways you never anticipated. Here's why. 1. Sigma empaths possess an uncanny ability to read people. They can pick up on subtle cues, emotional shifts, and inconsistencies in behavior almost immediately. If someone tries to manipulate or play games with them, they won't fall for it. In fact, they can often see your intentions before you fully realize them yourself. Their heightened intuition makes it impossible to fool them. 2. Playing mind games contradicts the Sigma empath's core value, authenticity. These individuals crave real, deep, and why you should never play mind games with a Sigma empath. When it comes to relationships and emotional intelligence, Sigma empaths are in a league of their own. They are deep thinkers, incredibly intuitive, and fiercely independent. Unlike regular empaths, who may struggle to set boundaries, Sigma empaths are more in tune with themselves and their emotional needs. Attempting to play mind games with them is not only a bad idea, it can backfire in ways you never anticipated. Here's why. 1. Sigma empaths possess an uncanny ability to read people. They can pick up on subtle cues, emotional shifts, and inconsistencies in behavior almost immediately. If someone tries to manipulate or play games with them, they won't fall for it. In fact, they can often see your intentions before you fully realize them yourself. Their heightened intuition makes it impossible to fool them. 2. Playing mind games contradicts the Sigma Empath's core value, authenticity. These individuals crave real, deep, and honest connections with people. If you try to test their emotions or manipulate them to get a reaction, you'll only push them further away. They respect honesty and vulnerability, so trying to control or manipulate their feelings will only show them you're not worth their time. 3. One of the defining traits of a Sigma empath is their independence. They don't need validation from others, and they certainly won't stick around in a situation that feels toxic or manipulative. Unlike others who might fall into the cycle of emotional games, Sigma empaths have no problem walking away the moment they sense insincerity. They prioritize their emotional well-being over any relationship. 4. While a Sigma empath would never intentionally harm someone, they have a natural way of flipping the script when someone tries to manipulate them. Because of their emotional depth and understanding, they can easily make you realize the flaws in your actions without saying much. This silent form of retribution is often more powerful than any confrontation, leaving you feeling exposed and off balance. 5. Unlike others who may be more susceptible to emotional manipulation, Sigma empaths have developed a resilience that makes them emotionally strong. They understand their feelings deeply, and no amount of manipulation will make them doubt their own intuition or worth. When you play games with them, you're only testing their patience, not their emotions. 6. Once a Sigma empath realizes they are being played, they don't hesitate to remove that person from their life. Sigma empaths value their peace and mental clarity above everything else. If you try to undermine that through mind games, they will quietly cut ties without drama or second thoughts. When they walk away for good. 7. Playing games with a Sigma empath can be a learning experience, but not the one you intended. Without even trying, they can reflect your own insecurities, manipulations, and games back at you. Their calm, composed demeanor in the face of mind games will make you realize how futile your attempts were, leaving you with important lessons about emotional maturity and authenticity. You should never play mind games with a Sigma empath. When it comes to relationships and emotional intelligence, Sigma empaths are in a league of their own. They are deep thinkers, incredibly intuitive, and fiercely independent. Unlike regular empaths, who may struggle to set boundaries, Sigma empaths are
the 4 stages every long-term and stable relationship must go through. What I'm about to share might be eye-opening or even a little painful. I suggest watching this with your partner, so you can both identify where your relationship currently stands and what challenges you might face. Let's get into it. Stage 1, the honeymoon phase. This is the exciting, passionate stage that begins once 2 people officially start dating. You can't stop thinking about each other. You want to spend every free moment together. Conversations feel endless and thrilling. You reply to messages immediately, eagerly waiting for their response. You're filled with butterflies, excitement, and pure joy. During this phase, everything feels magical. It's all about discovery, infatuation, and deep emotional connection. But as time passes, the intensity of passion begins to settle. And that's when you enter Stage 2. Stage 2, the cooling off and independence phase. Once the initial excitement fades, the relationship shifts into a more stable rhythm. This is where things start to change. Your partner isn't as enthusiastic as before. They take longer to respond to messages. You may start feeling ignored or less prioritized. Small frustrations and disagreements start to surface. At this point, one partner, usually the one less emotionally attached, begins to crave more personal space. Meanwhile, the other partner, often the one with stronger emotional needs, starts to feel confused, insecure, and anxious. They might begin to overthink the sudden change in behavior. Constantly seek reassurance. Why are you replying so slowly? Why don't you share things with me anymore? Act more clingy or needy, fearing the relationship is losing its spark. This imbalance often leads to Stage 3. Stage 3, conflict and power struggles. No 2 people have the same upbringing, values, or emotional needs. In the early honeymoon phase, differences don't seem like a big deal. Passion masks them. But as time goes on, these differences become more apparent. And if you don't know how to communicate effectively, these small issues snowball into major conflicts. misunderstandings grow. Frustrations pile up. Resentment builds. This is the stage where most couples struggle the most. It's the breaking point for many relationships. If conflicts aren't handled properly, they accumulate into constant disappointments. And these repeated disappointments are what ultimately lead to breakups. For long-distance relationships, this stage is even more challenging. The distance makes things harder. You can't physically be there for each other. It becomes difficult to share everyday life. If you're in a long-distance relationship, you must set a clear end date for closing the distance. Without a plan to reunite, the relationship will slowly weaken over time. Stage 4, stability and long-term commitment. If you survive Stage 3, congratulations. You've learned how to manage conflicts, and your relationship is now entering its most mature and stable phase. At this stage, couples understand each other's needs and boundaries. Learn how to navigate disagreements without escalating them. Value the relationship beyond just romance and excitement. This is the real essence of love. It's not just about passion, but about deep companionship and shared growth. But let's be real, 80% of couples never make it past Stage 3. That's why so many relationships fall apart before reaching true emotional depth. Final words, how to make it last. If you're struggling in the middle stages, remember this. Relationships have a natural progression. You can't stay in the honeymoon phase forever. Hard times don't mean the love is gone. It means you're evolving. But to make it work, both partners need to commit to pushing through challenges together. Recognize which stage you're in. Communicate openly about your feelings. Work as a team to build a stronger foundation. If you both put in the effort, your relationship will become stronger than ever. Got it? Follow me for more insights on love, relationships, and lasting happiness. The 4 stages every long-term and stable relationship must go through.
All right, baby girl.
What I'm about to share might be eye-opening or even a little painful.
All right, baby girl, I'm going to need you to listen very carefully. Men will do everything and anything to get access to a woman. Men will do everything and anything to be with you because you are a woman. Look at the men in poorer countries. They will beg, they will steal, they will sell, and they will do anything to get access to a woman. There are men who will sell their houses. They will sell their assets. They will sell land to be with a woman. There are men who will empty out their pockets to be with a woman. I'm telling you this so that you realize how valuable you are as a woman. Just your presence as a woman, as the divine feminine, you have no idea what that does for a man. You have no idea the impact that you have on a man's life just being a woman. The divine feminine holds the portal to abundance, love, peace, and healing. Without a woman in his life, a man can never reach full healing and full peace in his life. They know this, baby girl. They know this. This is why they siphon your energy. And sometimes they don't even want anything from you. They just want your feminine energy, because the divine feminine protects the man's spirit. I'm telling you this because you need to understand how valuable you are as a woman. Stop accepting breadcrumbs. Stop accepting low offers. Men will try to manipulate you. They will try to feed you scraps to see if you will catch them. They will try to feed you breadcrumbs to see if you're weak enough to catch them. They will try to give you less to see if you are that kind of woman that accepts less. They will play in your face, but it's up to you to keep your standards high. If a man can't reach them, another one can. And another one, another one, another one, and another one. And they're just going to keep on going because they're like buses. Men are like buses. My mother once told me that men are like buses. When one goes, another comes. And it's very true. There is nothing fascinating about men. When you really sit and psychoanalyze men and the male species, you will see that there is nothing interesting or fascinating about men. Everything that you find interesting in that man is you. Is you, baby girl. Everything that you find interesting in a man is you. It's your light. You are reflecting that back on him. Every time you've ever seen potential in a man, that wasn't real, baby girl, that was you. Everything that you saw in a man was coming from you. Everything that was special about that man was because of you. It was all because of you. It was because of your light. He wouldn't be who he is without you. And you know that. You know that they're not special. You know that they don't bring anything in your life. And unless a man brings tangible value into your life, you do not praise him. No. You praise him when he's serving you and he's pleasing you. Okay? This is how you need to be with men. They do not understand unconditional love. When you give a man unconditional love, it actually makes him feel really uncomfortable. It's unfamiliar to him. He doesn't understand it. It's so confusing. It literally makes the man feel anxious. He's like, why is she giving me unconditional love? I haven't done anything to earn her. Like, I've literally not done anything for this woman, and she's catering to me. She's planning her life around me. Why? I've done nothing. I've sent a few texts. That's what he's thinking. Wake up and smell the coffee. I need you guys to drill it into your heads. Just your presence as a woman is out of this world. The divine feminine protects the man's spirit. Without the woman, the man cannot attain these things in life. He cannot. This is why so many men unalive themselves. This is why so many men are here on the internet crying about the male loneliness epidemic. Cry me a river. It's because they need access to women. Yes, they need access to you. Yeah, they know the power that you hold. They know the power that you hold as a woman, okay? They know it. And it's really sad, baby girl, because you don't even know your value, but he knows your value deep down. He knows your value deep down. But this is why he plays in your face, because the only way he can catch you is by manipulation. The only way he can get you is by controlling you. The only way he could ever get a woman like you is by silencing you. It's making you doubt your own power and your strength. Remember that. I love you guys. Stay safe out there. And remember, this is not about hating men. I don't have time to sit here and be some man-hating woman. I've had men in the past. I've nearly been married. And I'll probably have a ring on my hand very soon. And I'll probably be with a man. And I'll have great times with him. And I'll be very happy with him. This is not about hating men. This is about women standing in their power and centering themselves, because you have never done that. Learning to center themselves, learning to prioritize themselves, unlearning the idea that some man is going to come galloping on a white horse to save you. No, baby girl. Nobody's coming to save you. You save yourself. Now get up. All right, baby girl, I'm going to need you to listen very carefully.
I told my ex, fuck your whole family. And her mum texts me, I've been nothing but nice to you.
Oh, see that?
That would break me.
That would fuck me up.
I've been nothing but nice to you.
Yeah, like,
yeah. I didn't
sorry.
mean you.
I didn't mean that.
I didn't mean you, but you know what I meant.
Yeah,
at the same
like
time.
I was saying fuck her by extension, and like I wasn't thinking about you when I said fuck your family. I was imaginary.
Yeah, facts.
I've been nothing but nice to you. I'll block myself.
Yeah, fact,
I'll just move on. Yeah, because I can't see her again. Also, you're why are you telling your mom? Why are you telling your mom that I said fuck your whole family? What's wrong with you?
Who does that?
Literally, who does that? Have you never argued before?
Whoever broke this bitch's heart owes me a fade. This motherfucker don't believe anything I say.
Yeah, that's jokes.
She doesn't believe anything I say.
That's too funny.
That's too funny.
Wow, that's actually hilarious. Well played.
In quotes, you probably get all the hoes. God forbid a man has a big heart.
Bro, have you seen these God forbids on TikTok?
I think someone sent me something on Twitter, I believe. I think it was like a compilation on Twitter. I've read some of them, but I've not seen them all.
Bro,
yeah.
Someone's like, it's always the it's usually the I hate insecure men. So yeah, I hate insecure men. There's one I saw yesterday was a chick at Magic Mike.
Okay.
She's like, I hate insecure men. God forbid I tried to support my local theatre.
Local theatre.
But let's say there was a brain in front of her doing
local theatre. Oh, gaslight me,
bro.
That's hilarious.
I hate insecure men. There's one like, or they'll be on like Wiz Khalifa's yacht or some shit, and they're like, God forbid I try and get a suntan. Bro,
That's hilarious.
It's bullshit. It pisses me off. It's so funny.
Local theatre is a bar.
Yeah,
That's
damn.
hilarious. Last one for me. This is a picture of Future and his mother on a yacht. Quote tweet. I keep forgetting this has a mum and wasn't raised by wolves.
Bueno, Rosa, yo pienso que más guajira que tú no.
A girl will only suddenly fear losing you and even start obsessively thinking about you. Under one specific condition. You've never had to beg her, constantly compromise to please her, or pretend to be indifferent while anxiously using the no contact rule as a test. These behaviors aren't seen as devotion in her eyes. Instead, they highlight your lack of confidence. The more anxious you are about her, and the more you revolve your life around her, the cheaper you appear. She starts to feel superior. You think you're expressing love, but what you're actually doing is weakening your position in the relationship. You accommodate her emotions, adjust to her pace, and carefully monitor your every word and action just to keep her. But have you noticed that the more you try, the more out of control the relationship becomes? That's because you've handed over the steering wheel to her. From a psychological standpoint, human nature is self-serving. Things that are too easy to get are rarely valued. People value what requires effort, what costs something to acquire. What truly fascinates her has never been someone who has no boundaries and constantly revolves around her, but rather someone who maintains their boundaries, has a strong sense of self, and remains attractive. This explains why, even when you've given your all, she can still remain cold, distant, or even indifferent toward you. It's not that you don't love her enough. It's that your approach is too submissive. Your humility is silently elevating her sense of superiority. She assumes that no matter how cold or neglectful she is, you'll forgive her and stick around. She's become accustomed to your love without feeling the need to reciprocate. So how do you break this imbalance? The answer is simple. Work with human nature by breaking her psychological expectations of you. When she suggests breaking up or starts giving you the cold shoulder, don't fall apart or beg. Instead, calmly accept it and walk away. Even if you're heartbroken inside, outwardly, what will truly move her isn't your pleading, but your unexpected silence and surprising departure. She'll start to question, have you really moved on? Or are you just pretending to be okay? Are you putting on a brave face? Or have you already found a new direction? This ambiguity is what hits her at her core. You stop expressing emotions, attempting to fix things, or persisting. Instead, you return to focusing on yourself and your life. She, who has been accustomed to your love and initiative, now experiences the panic of losing you. Especially when you genuinely start to improve. No longer losing sleep over her, no longer checking her social media, but living independently, confidently, and with fulfillment. She'll suddenly realize that the person who once gave her all their tenderness is now beyond her reach. You don't need to flaunt a new life or show off your growth. By simply improving and quietly creating distance, she'll begin to regret her actions. At this point, your true appeal will be revealed, not because you've sought revenge, but because you finally understand that true control comes from self-love, self-discipline, and personal growth. The more you live with confidence, boundaries, and self-respect, the more she'll recognize your value and fear losing you. She may feel conflicted, nostalgic, and want to get close again. But by then, you won't be the person who revolves around her anymore. The control of the relationship will have completely shifted back to you. Remember, what makes someone unable to forget you is never your desperate pleading. It's your composure, your consistency, and your continual growth. After walking away, every act of self-discipline and self-healing isn't about pleasing her. It's about not letting yourself down. When you return to your true self and become a more radiant version of who you are, she might regret her actions and try to win you back. But by then, whether she can get close to you will no longer be her decision. Balance is key in every relationship. If you agree with these ideas, follow me for more relationship tips. A girl will
You're finally unlocking what you know has always been yours. You are releasing yourself. You've been in this hangman state. You've been in this state of hanging upside down, but you weren't the one that placed yourself there. Other people placed yourself in this purgatory, in this stuck state, in this lack mindset, and you are finally breaking free. Because what came out with this? King of Pentacles, strength, and the Sun. This is huge positive energy. This is incoming message, incoming money, incoming security. Your finances are getting better. Your relationships are getting better. You have freed yourself from this. There is something within you that you have finally unlocked. There's a certain, again, a mindset is really coming to mind. There's something that's been within you that you have, it's almost like just been kept dormant within yourself. And it's something that's been wanting to come out, but it's just been waiting. It's been waiting on you to remember that it's there. And it's like something's been woken up within you that's given you the strength to release yourself out of this. You've been released out of this state of stagnancy, of this repetition of your past, of whatever you were stuck in. It had you in this constant loop. You were in this constant cycle of your past. The things that had been holding you back since you were very young, you couldn't fully break free from it. You kept repeating the cycle in different people, in different relationships, in different locations. For some of you, I'm getting you even tried to run away from this. You moved, you tried to escape it in a physical location. Like you were somewhat aware that you were doing this and you just tried to run from it. But something happened here. And again, the strength card is coming out loud and clear in this message, that you found your inner strength to release yourself from this position. You released yourself from this constant loop, this constant stagnancy that you were in, and it's bringing you into this brand new chapter of your life. You are not only getting the material, financial, real 3D abundance from this release, but it's also bringing in just absolute fulfillment, more than just financial gain. But this is the most positive card in the deck. This is a really strong, these are some strong major arcanas here. And with the King of Pentacles, like, you are a very strong person. You have had these desires, you've had these dreams since you were so young, and it's almost like you went through the remembering from escaping this. You finally faced, you faced this darkness in the eyes. You finally stopped running away from it and fully faced it head on, even when you were scared. But once you did that, that's that release that you had, that's bringing in this incoming wealth, this incoming happiness for you. If you are seeing this message, this is so positive. You have done so much work to get here, and I'm just so excited for you, because I feel like this is just the beginning of this whole new chapter for you. And it's going to give you the leverage, it's going to give you the platform. You're going to have the material gain to really do what you're meant here to do. You finally became unstuck. It's like you have fully exited out of this lifetime that was set up for you from your family. You had been actively working and healing yourself, and you finally released this old cycle that really felt like it was holding on from you from past lifetimes, from family, like generational. You released so much within this lifetime to now be able to move forward in this new positive direction. It's like this old, the negative karma from your life, from past lives, from your family. It's like you were the one chosen to come here to truly break free from these, it almost feels like these dark spells, these like, it almost feels like curses, or your family like believed in like curses being put on your family. It's like you broke free from that. You have had the strength and the inner light to truly break free from this. And because you're now stepping forward into the light, into your own light, it's like that dormancy was your light. It's always been there, but you breaking out of this old, stuck, dark cycle is releasing you and allowing you to open up. It's allowing the light to open up within you to now move forward in this incredibly positive direction. This is something that you chose. This is something that was not necessarily set up for you, but you chose the different path. You chose to move forward in this different path, in this different lifetime. And because you've done the work, you broke free from the bad karma. It's like you're stepping into moving forward, all good karma from here. You've done so much work to get here, and you're going to get the material goods to be able to have the resources to do what you're meant here to do. You are going places. You're going places. You're finally unlocking what you know has always been yours.